Boom, and we're live. What's going on, you guys? It is Dollar Cost Crypto coming here with the Crypto Mindset Group live stream, man. I've got a bunch of the guys from the Q4 crypto course on here and stuff. I just want to bring everyone on here, so let's get it, man. I'm wearing the green Pepe shirt for you guys for the green candle, so we hopefully we get some bounce right now. Wrong shirt, LOL. David, what's going on, brother?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Doing good, dude. Doing good, man. Were you able to buy anything on the dip?
I was not, unfortunately.
No.
Yeah.
Did you at least hold on to the coins?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, there we go. Diamond hand as always,
yeah,
man. That's good.
The big lesson of both this dip and the May one that I was in have dry powder set aside.
Got you.
Yeah.
So we also have somebody else in the green room. I think it's this name is fucking hilarious. What's up, Ben?
What's up, buddy?
I love the name, bro.
you know, just living the dream. How you been?
Been good, man. Oh, dude.
Awesome.
Is that a bunch of what's that in the background? Is that what is that? Books?
That's just my dinner for later.
Oh,
it's my dog.
That's fucked. All right, so we got one more in the green room. Mac Chilla with the green screen, I guess.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's going on? What's popping, man? You see, he's so bullish right now, man. He can't even like turn. He turned his whole screen green.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I'm on my phone. I don't know if it's acting weird or what here, but thanks for putting this together, man.
If the camera doesn't work, you can just stop your cam like this and shit. Yeah, good, man. And we also got the man, the myth, the Voltaire. What's going on, bro?
Hi and hello, everybody.
Hello. What's going on?
Not too much.
Damn, man. So how'd you guys fare, man, on this dip right now?
So I had promised myself I was done for a while buying any more crypto. I was just going to sort of chill for a bit. But when I was out for drinks with friends, came home and everything was red. Yeah. And I just started buying shit. I couldn't help myself. So I picked up a few things. But yeah.
Dude, I am fucking shocked on the Luna pump, man. I was like, what the fuck? it just giga chat. So it only dipped down to like, I think the worst was like $35, $40. And then today it's like at $73, $75. So I was like, holy shit. Yeah.
I definitely wish I would have bought some Luna during the course. So I also didn't have any dry powder left, so lesson learned.
No, definitely. But it's just the sort of thing too. Is like the thing is inside that you gotta be like, oh fuck, I would have bought if I could have bought, which is the important part. There's lots of some people with their hands are real shaky and stuff around pulling the trigger and stuff. Yeah. But definitely, man.
So I will say I'm going to take this opportunity to pimp your consults, Miguel, because during the course, I'm new to crypto. I only started in like July. And so there were so many things, and I just didn't buy any Luna. After the course, I paid for I went for a consult with Miguel, and he said, hey, man, you have no Luna. Go buy some fucking Luna. I bought some Luna, and it's the only thing that's holding up, and thank God I did. I think it was like in the 30s back then. So, and if you have anything like 5-10 grand in this, and you're not paying $1,000 for a consult with Miguel, you're tripping. You're losing.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to make sure that you guys are like well allocated and stuff and everything like that. I actually do think that I'm kind of like bittersweet about like Hex because it didn't really go down, which is awesome, which is as expected. But I was like, ooh, if it had gone down even more, I would have bought even more. But yeah, I mean, right now I think what's the price of Hex right now? Actually, I haven't even looked. Somebody said it's actually dipping right now, which is like awesome or bad. It's at 15 cents. That's not much of a dip, you know. It's everything like that.
So are you expecting it to go down to like 10 cents?
No, I mean, if it dips, I mean, I honestly, I don't see it going below 10 cents at all. I mean, if we just did see it like continue to dip, I mean, I don't think we go past 11 cents personally. After that, I mean, like there's just too much stuff coming up right now for like Hex to just go like, oh no, it's going to go back to a penny. I saw that earlier today. Somebody said it's going back to like 3 cents, and I was like, no, that's not happening. Yeah. So what's going on right now? Yeah, some of the people are saying that. So Bitmark got hacked or whatever, and then some coins out of that wallet were stolen, and people are dumping it. Basically, I guess the people stealing it. So a bunch of Ethereum got stolen, Bitcoin, and everything else. So that fucking sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was going on with that Celsius thing? I have money on Celsius, and I keep hearing shady shit with these Russians running it and all that kind of thing. What's going on over there?
With Celsius, with Russians?
Well, no, I mean Mashinsky and all that. I'm not making a joke, like you know.
Okay. No. So the Badger DAO, I think Badger DAO got hacked and stuff. I mean, I think the other day he just said like funds are safe. So it was like some pool in Badger DAO got hacked, and Celsius is earning interest on something on Badger DAO basically. But the Russians.
Well, he looks kind of like a sleazy Russian gangster, doesn't he? I know he's a smart guy and all that, but I'm just
I think he's his Israeli gangster is what I would call him. Israeli.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
My mistake.
Yeah. No. I think it's doing okay. I mean, just the coin hasn't. I mean, he's Ukrainian. Oh, but yeah, no. I mean, he's done. I mean, in terms of the company, I think the company's in pretty solid footing and everything. Like, it's making a ton of profit. There's tons of money on there right now. A big part of the company is actually just managing just kind of large funds and stuff too. So, like, outside of like just the regular company itself and handling retail cash or retail money and stuff, it's handling like institutional money as well and yielding on that. So if you're earning, if someone's depositing a bunch of cash on that and they're earning like an 8% interest rate, they're making 10%. So they're keeping that 2% of interest and stuff, and then that's what makes them so super profitable. But the token's fucking just hasn't been performing basically. So just is what it is basically.
Yeah, good yield. It's a good place to store your crypto and get it working for you. I don't have any of the coins, so I don't care about that personally.
No, of course, yeah. I mean, I know quite a few people. I mean, Kevin still trusts it and stuff. Kevin from Celsius, or I just Kevin from his other group. I'm sorry, the TerraSwap group and stuff like that. He still stores crypto on Celsius and stuff. So it's it is safe-ish for that. But it's the same thing too. Is that you can never even though if obviously your keys are always safer in your own hands, always, right? But you sometimes have to kind of use a third party holder of some stuff at some point. So at some point you are using something where you have some counterparty risk. But if you can avoid counterparty risk, it'd be better, basically. Kevin from sales, yeah. Yeah, man. So I mean, I'm really happy to do the stream. I wanted to invite as many of like the guys from the quarter four chat as possible and stuff. So man, it was cool. It's cool to meet some of you guys. I've talked to David and obviously Voltaire and stuff, and a bunch of other people. Bendo, that fucking name, goddamn it.
Man, I thought I would catch you.
Yeah. Oh, Yield Labs. Yeah.
So Miguel, what's going on with that MetaMask airdrop? I use that expensive ass swap so I could get eligible for that. Is that ever happening or what?
You and Motley are still waiting for that fucking airdrop too, bro. My buddy Motley fucking did like I don't know how many, like a lot of wallets. So he swapped heavy and stuff. But at some point there's going to be an airdrop on that. I do think there might be an airdrop as well for OpenSea at some point too. Because I do know that Andreessen Horowitz bought their first, I think they're round A or something, so they led the round, and so basically it looks like because OpenSea just sells NFTs and stuff like that, and just NFT like kind of like items, it's pretty safe because it's just artwork basically. So they were able to ape into it. So at some point there should be a coin, but risk no reward basically, just like the chat says. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about the DOT Kusama play right now? It seems like they might have took a little bit more of a hit this last week than the other coins, but I mean, I got quite a bit of invested in there. I'm holding on to it, obviously, but
Right.
Are you still feeling pretty good about those? Or
yeah, I'm still feeling pretty good, but I mean, right now, I'm like 90-10 allocated and stuff. So I've got 10% DOT, 90% Kusama. So I changed over. I was only at the worst case. I think I was 25% DOT and 75% Kusama, and then I just did the conversion at like 8, basically. I just had it because I kind of gambled with it. I thought it was going to go down to like 5 or something. So instead of doing it at 6, I just like gambled it, and it went up to 8. So I was like, God damn it. So I mean, hey, just is what it is. So I still am up a little bit. I guess technically I'm up like it's up 2 points now because I think it's at 10-14 or something like that. If I just look at it real quick, let's see. I could pull it up actually.
Yeah, 10.25.
Yeah, it's at 10.20. Yeah, 10.26 right now with Kusama to DOT ratio. So that's good. I mean, right now I think Kusama's about like what 29% of all the Kusama is locked up right now from the parachain auction. So we're just having this deflationary pressure on Kusama. And Kusama's been way ahead, like started their parachain auctions well before DOT has and stuff. So I do suspect around the time that Kusama has their first release of coins in May, that around that time, it actually a lot of the buying pressure will probably go towards towards DOT at that time, because DOT will have their first release a couple more months down the line, basically. So during that one short of time, it's pretty much short Kusama during May, basically. So it's like the whole May go away, basically. But yeah. I mean, that's kind of funny though. If you look back, I think that's that first week at 16 right there. That was quarter 2, and then right in the middle of the quarter 2 course. Let me take a look. Where's my chart? Yeah, this right here. I think it was around the quarter 2 course, and right around here it was around quarter 3, which is at 22. So those nice little wicks. I do expect some wick at some point like that. At some point. So, but obviously, if DOT gets around May, I do suspect this to go down like this. So it'd be a good time if you're trying to stack up one Kusama. You could trade out a little bit of your DOT to get more KSM, or just ride the DOT pump basically in May, in the middle of the summer. But yeah. Oh, what's up, Sass? What's going on, brother?
Hey.
Hey. Let me move you a little bit right here, and there we go.
I bought the dip.
Beautiful.
I picked up 2 ETH between 37.20 and 41.11.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say it again.
I picked up 2 ETH between 37.20 and 41.11.
Oh, dude, that's good, man. Yeah, ETH has recovered a little bit now. We're at 4,100, so fuck yeah, man.
I also got it like 2,100 FTM, but I paid $1.91.
oh, fuck, you got it on Gemini. Oh no.
My timing is off at least 12 hours at the very least. I also picked up a little more Hex.
Shout out, man.
I think I traded 1,000 sell for Hex.
Beautiful, man. That's how you do it. Some Hexans are very happy with that.
Yep, I'm amassing a little small moon bag of hex. So
Hey man, I'm telling, dude, there's a reason during quarter 3 and quarter 4 we really were pushing like to get hex, because you've got the whole ecosystem coming out for PulseChain. You actually have PulseSwap coming up, which is or whatever we call it, waffle swap or whatever like it's gonna be called. But yeah, we're gonna have all those coins right there. We're gonna have like I guess liquid loans and a couple other projects. We're gonna have meme coins. I mean, there's gonna be quite a lot of yield farming opportunities on the whole PulseChain side and stuff. There's actually even a fork of Uniswap v3, but I think we're gonna end up going with, if I don't know if Richard maybe changed the whole. He said he originally was gonna make an actual carbon copy of Uniswap v3, but leave it like open key. So have it ready to go, and then give control of to Uniswap if Uniswap wanted to take it over, basically. But I think the swaps we're going to have are going to be based off the V2 contract, because that's pretty much anyone can use that. It's open source, basically. Where like the V3 tech is actually not open source at all. You actually get sued unless you get permissions from I guess Uniswap, basically. But definitely, man. Yes, the future is very bright, Bran. Very bright.
So let me ask you just a hex question, because the big bulk of my hex bag is obviously staked out, but
Yes.
I have some liquid hex sitting there. At this point, if you have liquid hex or if you buy some more now, you just wait for PulseChain, right, and then put it on there.
Yeah. So if you're staked already and you feel like, all right, I've got enough staked hex, basically, the move is just to collect liquid hex. There's no point if you already are pretty comfortable and you've got a little bit of a ladder going on and you got something for 10 to 15 something in there. Like basically there's like 3 time zones basically, or 3 time slots, which are in 5 chunks. So you have 1 to 5 years, 5 to 10, 10 to 15 basically, right? And if you got something in all those 3 kind of time slots, then you do have some sort of a ladder, and then you can eventually over time build it out. Plus you're going to get the copy of it also on PulseChain swap, because or on PulseChain and stuff, because I've had people ask me that all the time, like does it Texas can you fix your audio? I think you have the video running in the background. I'm gonna take him down for a second. But basically so if you have liquid hex, you get the copy of liquid hex, and if you have staked hex, you also will get the copy of the staked hex as well. I gotta keep saying that because people keep asking, like, does the staked hex get copied over? Yes, it does. But yeah.
And then the liquid hex, so you can, are you going to be able to stake it on PulseChain, or how's it going to work?
So you could actually, I think there is a way to pair it in a way. If don't quote me on this, but I think you could bridge over your E hex over onto the swap and stuff, and then use it to provide liquidity with regular P hex. Infuse them together and earn interest on waffle swap or whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah. So that's kind of a clusterfuck. But yeah, you could. But you also could then just sell that. You could sell your E hex to actually buy P hex, or use that to buy PulseChain token. So it's kind of cool. So you can hex is such a cool utility token on that front, because you can use that as collateral to do anything on PulseChain basically. Because if you think about it, right? Since now eventually originally it was supposed to be just the trifecta in terms of like there's just really like the Holy Trinity. There's just 3 coins of that truly have value on PulseChain, which is going to be hex, P hex, and a regular hex basically, right? And PulseChain token, sorry. With those 3, now that we have the new one, which is like the PulseSwap token. So now it's 4 tokens basically. So you have a box now. So these are the 4 tokens that are going to hold value, where you'll be able to essentially trade between them and also get into other coins, the shit coins that come out later on the Pulse token or PulseSwap. Dude, all these fucking names, my god. Yeah. it's that and stuff.
15,000 and counting on.
Yeah.
Right. 15,000 and counting. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It was 9,000 when I got in 9 months ago.
So this might be a dumb question, a new question, but what's going to be the different purposes of each one of those coins?
Wait, who said that? Is that Mitchell?
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't see your thing moving. Yeah. So obviously, PulseChain. So hex is just going to be hex. So on both sides, they're both just hex. So right. That's their purpose. Okay, cool. Then for PulseChain token, it's basically our version of Ethereum. So it's going to be Ethereum for the whole PulseChain ecosystem. Then from there, the PulseSwap token or the Waffle Swap, whatever the fuck you call it, Waffle Swap or whatever. One day I'll have a name. We'll
It's
actually
going to be bacon swap, I think.
But Waffle Swap will actually be mostly a farming token and also probably a revenue distribution token, sort of like some version of an Illuvium where like all the fees are made by people swapping on Waffle Swap will then be given out to the stakers who stake out the Waffle token. It's going to work a lot like Pancake does, basically. And at some point, maybe the Waffle Swap you'll be able to actually will be able to then like IDO stuff or like Launchpad stuff freely. So it's possible he's going to have sort of thing where anyone can launch a token on there, and then you can also have incentivized pools. So imagine that I have a token coming out called DC Coin. And I could say like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna allocate. I have 10 million token supply. I'm gonna allocate 1 million of my tokens on Waffle Swap if you yield farm on this. So you'll earn Waffle Swap token and you'll earn a yield off of DC token. So it's a way to actually incentivize more money on there. So it's kind of a cool system and stuff. Yo, VJ, I'm glad you made it. You finally saw the message I sent you.
Yeah. My bad.
Yeah, it's all good, dude. It's all good. Looking at there we go, Ryan. Man, we got a full house in here, man.
Yo, is my audio good now?
Yeah, perfect now. Perfect.
Hell yeah.
Don't be a salty bitch.
There is no shirt I've ever gotten more compliments on than this one.
Beauty.
Dude, I saw the worst shirt yesterday ever. Like what's called Sammy Chica from the Hex community. She posted this fucking horrible shirt on her Twitter of this woman wearing like, I don't even want to say it. It's so terrible, man. It's like old pussy's better than no pussy.
I saw that.
The pussy would be coughing.
That's what she said.
Dude, we got a fucking full stream, man. That's what's up. Yeah.
Hey, let me know when you want to make room. I'll,
Oh no, we still can fit one more, man.
Yeah.
Hey, hit the fucking like button, man. Shout out to the mindset cinematic universe, basically.
Yeah. Click the like, you filthy animals.
So there's going to be LP farms and everything on Pulse and that kind of thing.
Yes.
Is that what you're? Okay, see, because I think the big just as a noob, like Hex, people buy these shit coins because they're easy to buy. Like Sheben, they're easier to buy, but Hex is not easy. If they have an easy way to buy it and not have to deal with gas fees and all that stuff on ETH, the potential for it.
It's insane. Yeah. So basically, because you get copies, people will probably end up selling some of their actual real coins or the copy of their coins that you get, and we'll trade that for PulseChain token. And now you'll be able to buy a version of Hex, which is PHEX. With the gas fees are going to be nothing, basically. Like think like each transaction you do is going to be like a penny or like a fraction of a penny per transaction. So it's going to be nothing, basically. And the really cool thing about like PulseChain too is like you're going to have all these upgrades on it. That's possible. So anytime Ethereum does any type of good upgrade, we're like, oh, cool, we'll take this upgrade. Oh, we'll take that upgrade. That upgrade, nah, we'll skip that one. And then we can, because we're also an EVM chain, right? So we're Ethereum virtual machine compatible. We can essentially like jack any other chain that does anything cool. So a big part, like this is the cool thing about PulseChain is like a big part of our like we don't have to spend that much on research and development. We can concentrate on something really advanced if we really want it, basically. And damn, I think we got one more person, but I don't know if I can put this person on. Let's see. Yeah, there we go.
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Hey.
Yo, Mike, do you have a? Okay.
Hold on one second. I got an iPhone trying to figure this out.
Okay, I got you.
Is it you guys? Yeah. Everything's good?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Miguel, after PulseChain, do you think that a lot of folks will move over to PulseChain PHEX side, or what do you think will happen to the Ethereum Hex side? Do you think that's going to wane at all, or?
It's not gonna like crater to like to like 2 cents or a penny. I don't think that's gonna happen. But I do see Ethereum Hex or regular Hex. I'm just gonna call Hex. Hex is probably just gonna go sideways to down for a little bit. It's probably gonna have a good like maybe 4 months to 6 months sort of sideways action kind of going on, and it's gonna be mostly controlled basically because of the Ethereum gas fees are gonna continue to go up. mostly whales or people taking a huge amount of profits on PHEX, PulseChain token and stuff. You basically there's going to be there already is that effect right now where you almost have to, you want to like make a t-shirt or half a t-shirt stake as a minimum, just because the gas fee prices, because like you basically take the amount of hex you need to have half a t-shirt times the actual price of hex, and then you have to weigh that out to like what's going to be the gas fees when you unstake it. So there's kind of like there's a minimal viability of a hex stake and stuff. So if you stake 1,000 hex for a year, you lost your money basically. Unless hex goes to $1. I mean, even if it went to $1, right, or $2, it like a 1,000 hex stake on Ethereum would have to probably be like $3 hex.
Well, $1,000. Well, that's only a couple $100, right?
Yeah. So like 1,000 hex times 3, obviously $3,000. And if you unstake a 1-year stake of 1,000 hex, even with the little return, the extra yield you get on top of that, like you'll be up in the hex amount, but the interest you get for that 1 year
Gonna go for gas.
will basically go for gas. So basically, you pay to kind of hold it there, so you wouldn't sell it, basically.
Well, being a noob and not knowing what I'm doing, I staked 5 t-shirts for 4 months. So I don't, I'm getting like 30 a day. I think I got almost 10,000 already. So I'm not quite sure what happens after the stake is over. Like I heard I got like 2 weeks to do something with it. I either got to take it out.
You can wait on it. So you wait. Let's just say your stake's done. You have 2 weeks basically to claim it. After that, every week that passes on, you will lose 1% of your hex every week.
So you got to do something with it.
To like 0 basically.
Yeah. So you got to do something with it.
Yeah,
gas fees or not, you got to do something with it.
You got to do something. So there's quite a lot of people that have had their stuff kind of bleed and stuff for a while. Then they're like, oh, gas is low, and they run and they get their stake out basically.
So no sleep for 2 weeks until I get the right gas price.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I don't want you to lose 1%, but like 1%'s not that bad. If as long as you get it done within like a couple weeks,
Yeah.
It's been like
Miguel.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, or there's the good accounting feature. How much gas does it cost? Like, does it take?
It takes a little bit,
whatever
less
you call it.
It takes a little
compared
bit
to unstaking. It's actually less.
A little bit less, but then you will still have to claim that as well. So you're kind of like
right. You still have to end stake.
Yeah. That's that stuff too. So you're still gonna get hit. Like what the good accounting is, like you're no longer bleeding anymore, but you still have to end stake at some point to claim your hex, because essentially you took your hex out of one limbo into like a limbo where it's not getting hurt. So it's like when your stake's bleeding, you're in a limbo hell or in a hell, and then you take it into limbo basically, which is good accounting. So the hex is claimable, but you haven't touched it yet. So it's for tax purposes. Let's just say you have some hex stakes that come out in December, right? You're like, if I claim this, I'm gonna have to pay some taxes on this stuff. Let me claim it in January. You can good accounting it, wait till January, and then claim it there, and then basically then it comes into existence. After
and
that,
it freezes the number of hex that will be minted. Correct?
Say that again. I think he froze.
You froze.
Shit.
I think he said it freezes the number of hex that were printed.
So it dilutes. So when you're in. So okay. So when you're So when your hex is in the so let's just say you have 1 year stake and it ends, right? It's done. The longer that's in that pool, you're kind of diluting everyone else's return, because you're kind of holding up the line a little bit. So you're diluting it. So that's why after a while you have the 1% bleed, and that 1% bleed gets paid out to the stakers basically from the bleed and stuff. So for those 2 weeks, you are kind of like squatting and hurting the yield a little bit basically. But then there's a payoff, because after the 2 weeks, we start taking your money in terms of the yield, because the bleed out will pay all the stakers out evenly, basically.
So you have to unstake it and then restake it, I think is what I'm hearing. After your term is over, you have to unstake it.
Yeah, you just unstake it, and then the hex comes in there. And if you can hold it liquid, or you just restake it for longer if you want more T-shares or more interest payments.
Okay.
I think we got one more.
I thought I could just restake it. I didn't realize I had to unstake it first. So
yeah,
that's why I'm here.
Yeah. Well, you're talking about sort of like having like like you're sort of like you save your coin staked in a repository in a pool that it takes the interest payments and puts it right back on top, sort of like a Vesper, where like it just keeps compounding on itself and stuff. No, you have to manually unstake it and then re-put it out. But the reason you're doing that is so you're able to then choose a time frame you actually want. In terms of your stake, you might say, like let's just say like, oh man, I think I'm going to jail for 2 years. Okay, let me stake my stuff to come out in 2.5 years or some shit. Which actually is funny enough. There's some fucking Hexagon from way back in the day when during the AAs, like I think it was like around day 60, day 70. He's like, hey, you guys, he was like trying to figure out how to like stake out his hex because he was going to jail. Sometimes I think about that guy. I'm like, what the?
I don't blame him. I actually don't blame him.
Yeah.
Lose your key in a boating accident.
Smart criminal.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what he did. I mean, shit. Maybe he just didn't pay child support. I don't know. He never showed his face or nothing. He was just like he was just like a fucking like an avatar like this, just in text form. But he would always was in the Discord syndicate chat saying like, yeah, you guys. I remember like we sent him off or something like, hey, I'm going to jail, you guys tomorrow, so I love you guys. Yay! We're like, but yeah,
That's funny.
So speaking of staking, how about, is there any strategy with claiming ILV rewards? So I have some I can claim right now, but do you have to pay a fee like when you claim it?
Yeah, it's two gas fees, which fucking are horrible. Yeah.
Okay, so you want to make sure you have enough so the gas fees will eat it, obviously. The 12-month stick.
The rule of thumb I have is basically like 10% is probably the most you want to pay in a gas fee.
Okay.
Right. So 10% to 5%. Obviously, the smaller, like the better, right? So if you let's just say like for my rewards, right? Let's just say I would get $5,000 a week or something, or $1,000 a week, right? Or let's just make the math easy. Let's just say 10,000 hex or $10,000 a week or something like that as an example. If my gas fees combined are like $500 and $500, $1,000, I'm willing to take the hit of $1,000 gas fee because I'm getting $9,000 extra dollars there, and it's also yielding me extra coins too. So I'm like, all right, fine, that's fine. But here's the other thing with also claiming SILV, right? Is right now the price of SILV is I think about $500-ish. I'll check in a minute right now. And the price of Illuvium is I think still $1,300. So it's roughly like 38%, 41% of the actual price of Illuvium. So what some whales and some people are doing in the Illuvium system is that they actually just claim their SLV every week or every month and just cash it out, or just hold the SLV there for getting ready for the land prices. Like for me, for this whole month right now, I'm just not claiming rewards up until like the actual launch of the land sales, basically, because I'm just going to store up a bunch of SLV. But if I see the ratio between SIL, like if this is Illuvium and this is SILV, if the ratio ever gets to like 80% or close to it, I'll probably just jump over to Ethereum. I'll sell my SLV for Ethereum just in case, like if whales like a day before try to crash the Illuvium price, like those whales can't do shit to the Ethereum price. So then I still can buy a ton of land, and they didn't like lower my purchasing power for land because I'm going to buy land basically. Damn, man, we're full in here, man. Let's see. Let me try to add some more people. Oh shit, I think So I think we're at the 10-person limit right now. So you guys in here, just wait a minute.
Yeah, I'll drop out. I asked my questions. I appreciate it. Thanks, Miguel.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for coming, dude. I appreciate it, man. You're cool questions, man. All right, I'll remove you, and then I'll add. Let's see. Where is? Bam.
Hey, how you doing?
What's going on, Matt? What's going on, bro?
You guys can hear me, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I had a question for tax purposes. Tax
consultant.
I know, but just kind of like just throwing it out there, getting a general idea. Because you're actually getting rid of your hex, you're sending it away, burning it or whatever, and during a stake. When it comes back, could it be considered like return of capital?
As your attorney, I don't recommend you answer that, Miguel. I'm just kidding.
Well, I'll just remove my. Well, from what I know, it's since you have it in terms of you're locking it up for it's kind of it's like the first part of it is you are, I mean, from as I understand it, is you're locking it up for a certain period of time.
Mhm.
That hex does exist. You're getting an interest on it, but you don't receive that interest. So it's sort of like it's sort of like you invest into a fund, and that fund's making money for you tax free up until the point where it gives you the money back, and then from there you're liable minus the initial investment capital you put into it. So it's like if I invest $100,000 into some fund and the fund makes me $1 million, I have to pay as soon as the money touches back into my bank account in the real world. I owe taxes on the $900,000. You can't get double tax on the initial $100,000 that you invested because you're paying taxes on that stuff. So that's kind of how I think it works with a good accounting feature. You still haven't touched it at all. It just goes into the other limbo basically. You're just protecting it from getting destroyed by the 1% drip that happens once you pass the 2-week phase. Yeah, you're just choosing the time to when actually to take it into your possession. Once it actually lands in your wallet, possession.
Yeah, that's what caused me and my my CPA to kind of wonder, because when I filed my taxes last year, I had a few stakes that came out. So we did it as we split it up for the interest. We considered it interest income, and then the other stuff, because it gained, it went from 1 cent to like 4 cents or whatever it was, because it was last year. We considered that capital gains. But I'm thinking, since I didn't actually sell it, it just came back to me. It shouldn't have been capital gains.
So your initial principle. So if you have okay. Once again.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. No, but like at least from what I understand, you're telling me. Let's just say you had 1 million hex in a stake, right, and you gained an extra $500,000 in interest. The 1 million hex, when you get it back, like you shouldn't have to pay any taxes on it. You haven't sold shit.
Yeah.
The $500,000 there. I think you do have to pay on the gains of that, basically. But it's kind of murky whether that is because you didn't really sell it at that time as well. But it is gains technically, so you didn't have that in the first place.
Right. We just considered it kind of interest income.
Yeah. So it's not real. Yeah, it's not realized gains. Yeah, dude, taxes suck, dude. It really fucking sucks, man. It's so fucking annoying. Like honestly, I believe it should be a sort of thing like until you cash out into fiat, you shouldn't pay taxes on any of it, really.
Yeah.
Which I think that's the way to do it and stuff, or something like that. Like or yeah, it's just kind of that's why it's such a clusterfuck. Like if you just take like as long as you're reporting on it, just report everything to the best of your abilities, basically. And honestly, like this stuff's so fucking complicated. Now we got fucking legalized on the blockchain.
Yeah,
I mean, there's an ohm fork every week now, but yeah, it gets kind of crazy. There's yield farming, there's reprofitability farms and stuff. Like there's actually there's supposedly I've heard there's some tax benefits to being in something like these yield aggregators and stuff, because technically when you deposit your funds into a yield aggregator, it's the same thing like I've talked about, like when you put 100,000 into a fund and when the money's out of your hands. So just like you don't get taxed for what, like if you invest into an ETF, you don't get taxed for all the times the ETF is rebalancing itself. You only get taxed when you sell that ETF into cash. Then you have capital gains. So it's the same thing with that. If a repothecator basically takes your coins, and let's just say you're getting 1% per day as an example, just to make it really easy, that like it's buying LPs and getting you more LPs, which buys you more LPs, and and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. But you haven't realized any of the profit because you don't have access to it until you withdraw it. Once you withdraw it, then you actually lock in those gains basically, and then you sell them off and stuff. So I have heard that's actually kind of cool for tax purposes, where you can deposit like there's some stuff on Phantom, there's stuff on Avalanche, and at some point they're going to have these also on a PulseChain at some point, but probably like 6, 7, 8 months down the line, probably.
Yeah.
So like a T-share on Grim Finance or something like that. That's what you mean?
Say it again.
If you have like a T-share on Grim Finance or something.
Yeah. So that's sort of what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's like a repothecator basically, or just something like it. Just it's just because it's like you still have custody of the asset, but you don't really, until you withdraw it, it's out of the pool. Then from there it becomes real because it's in your possession at that point.
Yeah, I got a question.
People being able to you save on taxes at that point because like if you're claiming, so there is in terms of I didn't know this was going to be a whole tax stream, but basically like something like a Phantom booth. If you're in the Phantom booth pool and you're LPing on Phantom Boo and you're claiming your rewards, technically every time you claim your rewards, you're taking custody of the interest basically. But if you leave the rewards there in the pool, like let's just say you haven't harvested it, you haven't claimed shit. As I think how it works. Okay, so don't hold me to that.
It seems like we're all going to have tax lawyers on standby now.
Tax lawyers and everything. I mean, attorneys, lawyers, firemen. I mean, everything.
I wonder what would happen is when you play an NFT game and you pick up like $1,000 sword, is that going to be a taxable event now? Because now you picked it up.
I hope not, bro. I think a lot of the NFT, the gaming stuff's going to be kind of like, because a lot of the major companies are kind of are going to eventually kind of bleed into the space and stuff. They're probably going to protect their asses on some of that. So I think it's going to be like, if you get an item, it's not going to be taxed, but it's taxed if you sell it for cash, basically. If you trade item for item, I think it's a barter, and there shouldn't be any taxes on that. But if you're selling, like, let's just say I got the shirt for free from playing the game. It's just like when you get your Hex, when PulseChain launches and Pulse starts at 0, I can trade you 1 million PulseChain tokens at 0. It's 0. There's no taxes. But at some point when then, you know, PulseChain turns on and it actually becomes money, and then I sell the PulseChain for like USDC, now it's cash. So then, okay, there's a gain there, basically. I think that's how it's going to work. So it's like Pepe for Pepe. If I traded, like, I don't know, like I traded this Pepe for these Pepes right here, right?
Yeah.
I just traded stickers basically, so it's nothing. But eventually, if I trade this Pepe here for, like, I don't know, like a bar of silver or some shit, or fucking like dollars or USDC, then that's money, I think. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Biden hired 8,000 IRA. What the fuck?
Yeah, it was a real cuck move. Part of that fucking bill they passed. Yeah, 100% true.
Man, yeah. I always like to
think we need a revolution.
They underfund the IRS. I'm like, oh, cool.
Government has to collect its money.
Pay your taxes, you guys, for sure.
All right. Well, that was a good discussion. I got a little bit of info out of it. I'm going to drop out so you can add other people.
All right, man. Hey, thanks for coming, Matt.
Thanks.
Hey, Miguel.
Yeah.
I just wanted to introduce myself and thank you for all that you've given us, basically, how you basically got me started in this. So I just wanted to just say that and, you know, appreciate it.
Hey, man, for sure, man. No problem, man. I'm glad you're here, man. I'm glad all you guys are here, man. I'm so happy you guys are all in crypto, man. Let's go get fucking rich. Let's get healthy.
Yeah, I've been pushing all my friends to get into crypto now. All my group chats is all about crypto. They're getting a little annoyed.
That's what happened, man. I was pretty proud of most of the chat. Most of the chat was pretty calm about the crash. You're like, oh damn, dude, when should we start buying? I was like proud. I was like, fuck yeah, man. That's what I was drinking. I was streaming yesterday with Charlie. I was like, heck yeah, man. Everyone was like, oh, if I could have bought, I would have bought, or I bought some, or like. The only thing I was just me and Charlie were trying to stop is people from selling their like, some people weren't noticing, like, if you sell your Ethereum coin, that the gas fees are so high that you could have lost more out. Like my brother called me the other day that he wanted to trade out some coins on Uniswap for something else, and then basically that would have been net negative. He would have just lost doing that. So I was like, hey, dude, whoa, stop. So we were just trying to stop that sort of stuff, as well as just to calm everyone down. Like, hey, you know, welcome to Supermarket Sweep. Let's go see what's for sale. And then basically, like, hey, you know, we're just going through all of it and stuff. I mean, Charlie left like halfway to the stream to go buy a bunch of fucking Solana. Yeah.
Wait. So you guys didn't sell? Oh, sorry, I missed that memo.
Yeah, I sold at the top, not the bottom, you guys. Yeah, that's what I did.
I got a new question.
Finance stuff.
Yeah, go for it.
Finance stuff. What are some of the signs or things we should be looking out for when, like, the party's kind of over, or it's time to, like, cash out and move out a little bit more?
I think when we got a ton more celebrities in the space and stuff. I mean, obviously, if we're $120,000 Bitcoin, we should always be like this. All right, on alert now. Like, anytime we're in 6 figures Bitcoin for the first time ever, we got to be like, okay. Like, we just like, it's like always like kind of with binoculars, like, all right, let's see what it's like. I remember when the top happened in 2017, Katy Perry, who never was in crypto, didn't even have NFTs. She started painting her fucking fingernails with like Monero and shit. I was like, oh my fucking god! Like, I know Ty Lopez has just come out with the coin recently, so I'm not trying to shit on Ty Lopez, but Ty Lopez made a crypto course, bro. That shit was so close to the. I mean, that was the fucking right, almost the top right there in 2018, early 2018, and it's just a bunch of like little stuff like that. When you start really noticing like a ton of stuff, like yesterday, like people were just what's a guy from Bitcoin?
Taylor?
No, oh my god, what's his name?
Peter Schiff.
No, not Peter Schiff. No, he likes Bitcoin and stuff. He has a ton of Bitcoin and stuff. Michael Saylor. So Michael Saylor went the other day on some news talk show and stuff. I think with Carlson.
Yeah.
Was there for an hour and a half talking about Bitcoin, and we crashed today. Am I surprised? No. Like I noticed just like little key events like that. You notice some stuff. Like,
what about for stuff
I
like
do believe there's
the
going to be kind of IPOs at some point for some crypto companies. So obviously it's very bullish for the price of crypto. But once those IPOs run out and take profits around that time, that's what I'm trying to say. Basically,
It's like the real life fear and greed index.
Yeah, basically, yeah. When it's like crazy, when you start noticing just like fuck shits, motherfucker. Like also in your life as well, like people that like it won't. It's so insane. I remember when I was in Miami and Puerto Rico about a month ago and stuff. That everywhere I went, like every woman that I'd see out there was talking about Shiba. It was fucking insane.
God,
I was like, "What is going?" It was kind of crazy, man. I was like, "What the fuck is going on right now?" Like it was like every woman in the fashion district, anywhere like there was like where money was, or like there was like luxury goods or something. Like they were just talking about fucking like every woman was talking about Shiba, and then all the dudes were talking about like fucking like Binance chain fucking pancake swap bullshit, or like talking about just random like coins and stuff like that. Of course, there was Ethereum people and stuff and all that jazz, but like it was pretty insane because like you go through more normal life and you don't hear about any of that basically. Like maybe you might catch some guy at the gym wearing some random crypto shirt or something, but yeah. Somebody's phone.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Oh, it's all good.
These guys are trying to get me to come out to the club, but I purposely was like, okay, Miguel stream or go to the club. No, obviously you see where I'm at.
Appreciate that, man. Booty club or just a club?
But with that being said, I got two questions though.
Yeah, go for it, man.
So first one, this is a new question with Hex. So when if you have, let's say, for example, my situation, I got 10,500 Hex on MetaMask, not staked, just sitting there. When the Pulse chain happens and it gets copied and all of that, does it make sense to keep the original Hex, or should I just sell that off and then just roll with the new Hex?
So obviously, I'm looking at my fortune. I'm reading the fortune cookies, and I'm looking in my, like a fortune teller in my crystal ball a little bit here, right? But if the Hex at some point, like I would never tell you to ever sell all your Hex. Obviously, I'm going to keep a lot of my liquid Hex as well. But if let's just say for some reason Hex goes up to like $1 or 80 cents or something like that, right? If you take a little bit of that, if you sell a little bit of those coins off the USDC, and then the prices come down a little bit, you can then even get more Hex, or use that USDC to go buy more PulseChain token or P-Hex basically. So I do believe that we're gonna pump up in the Hex price. Basically, I do expect a little bit of a Hex pump at some point this month. Nothing crazy. I don't think we go back to all-time highs. Maybe at least 33 cents or something like that. But like, I do expect a little bit of a price rise. But into like, because we have all these big pumping events basically. We have Snapshot. We have the new sacrifice phase for Waffle Swap. We have the PulseChain ecosystem actually launching basically. So we have these three events, and then not on top of that, we also have a random event of like at one point we're probably going to end up getting CoinMarketCap list Hex, even if they list it at number fucking 80. Oh well, yay, we're on the fucking front page finally. Cool, that's gonna be a good event too. And there's like a lot of these little events that are happening for Hex. We also have the Hex movie, which is not going to come out now. It's probably going to come out maybe towards the middle of next year. That's really big. So when that movie comes out, that's a good pumping. So there's these significant little pumping events, and there's also a secondary pumping event as well with like if CoinMarketCap lists us properly and stuff, CoinGecko will probably follow suit right after at some point. And like I've been saying this for a minute to like in consults and stuff like that and in private that like Nomics, the reason Nomics fucked with the circulating supply because I think they were getting pressure from like Binance and stuff. And CoinMarketCap. Obviously, I can't prove any of that. I'm not saying that happened, but let's just say in some hypothetical world, they're getting pressure because they knew they were going to lose the lawsuit, basically. So so what they probably did is they had Nomics lower them down, and then what CoinMarketCap is going to do and say, well, since Nomics has been the one that has the longest price history and they've been posting them correctly, we're just going to copy Nomics on how they list Hex. So now, and because what they were trying to avoid is have Hex as number 3 off the jump, market cap. So now they have. I mean, if I pull up like Hex right now, let's take a look. So we pull up Hex right now on Nomics, right? Nomics is number 14. If they posted us on 14, that's like some new coin just showed up, but at least Hex wasn't at number 3, which is like, they'd have to be like, you guys got some explaining to do, basically, if that happens. Yeah. Does that make sense?
The big question is, which Hex are they going to list, though? After PulseChain comes out, there's going to be 2 hexes.
Yeah. So it's,
that's going to be interesting to find out.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, obviously, we are going to get listed on Nomics first. We're gonna have everything because like Nomics will list us because they list Hest already, and then Clay. I mean, the guy who created Nomics already got bullied the fuck out. So the point where he started crying on Twitter is like, why is the Hex community bullying me right now? Which is fucking funny, but I mean, fucking deserve it basically. But because it's like, well, we're just getting rid of the always coins that are inactive and stuff. Okay, then get rid of Satoshi Nakamoto's coins for BTC. But whoa, I can't do that. That would lower the market cap of Bitcoin. Well, then if you're trying to be fair and honest, if you're going to do that to everybody, do it across the board then, basically. And they didn't. They did it just to Hex. So kind of fucked up, It's just you can, and it's not that hard to figure out. Like obviously, like they're like Nomics was kind of I mean, we popularized Nomics. Like Nomics was just some. I mean, I'm not trying to say anything bad, but Nomics wasn't fucking anything. And we decided as the Hex community to go use Nomics, and we've made Nomics the 3rd biggest market cap site in all of crypto. I think when we first got to it, it was like number 6 or 7. So we made it to where it is right now, and then now like that we've got it to number fucking 3. Now they're starting to feel like, oh, like my balls are big now, and I have to do what the fuck out of here. But like it's the same thing with like Uniswap too. Uniswap didn't have no transactions, no money on it at all, like literally. And then we were the biggest use case for Uniswap in the beginning. That's why when we got the airdrop, we were 7% of the entire airdrop for Uniswap. So the whole Hex community, we onboarded so many people to use MetaMask and Uniswap that we popularized Uniswap. And we had so many fucking Uniswap, we had so many fucking MetaMask addresses and stuff from family members and friends, just like you do normally. Like, hey, this thing's pretty cool. Hey, my brother, hey, like this is how you sign up to a MetaMask account, and this is how you use Uniswap. And so much of our friends and family ended up getting so much Uniswap tokens. We were damn near almost 10% of the total fucking supply. And what did the Hexicans do? What do we do? We dumped the Uniswap token and bought Hex with it. but we deserve that payout though. Let's just be for real, because like we So I mean, I'm not hating on Uniswap too much because they did pay us out. So hey, cool, we're straight on that. But people forget that shit because like we were basically all the money is like from December. I would say no. So I think we were on Uniswap since like February of 2020. From February to like August, we were like all the money on all of Uniswap basically. And then around August, we started like we started having some coin pairs finally start beating us in terms of liquidity, basically. But we were like almost all the transactions on all of Uniswap, basically. Fucking funny though. And then it's just like this is why I keep saying that joke. I mean, I don't mean this literally, but like we're like kind of like the Jew, like we're sort of like the Jews of crypto. We're like we go one place and we get kicked out, and we go to some other place and we get kicked out. And it's fucking hilarious. And like we popularize everything. So we go to Uniswap, make it pop. We go to Nomics, we get it pop. And now it's like, yo, fuck this shit. We're gonna make our own stuff. We're gonna make our own place, man. The new Holy Land.
Damn straight.
And that's what it is, basically. Yeah. And then we've gotten so many people. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So when PulseChain comes out, how are we gonna get like enough Pulse to start to pay for the gas fees and stuff like that?
Oh, okay. So okay. That's really easy. So if you have any Ethereum at all in your MetaMask, you will get a copy. You will get a one PulseChain token per Ethereum. I'm sorry. So if you have any Ethereum, you're going to have a couple PulseChain tokens.
Oh,
is that only if you stake it though?
Yeah. So if you have any Ethereum in a MetaMask, let's just say I had 5 Ethereum, you'll have 5 PulseChain tokens on your MetaMask on PulseChain. And then the transaction fees are so tiny that one PulseChain token will last you for probably like 15 to 20 transactions plus.
But
So you'll be able to swap out some tokens and then get more PulseChain token, and then you're good. You're not going to have a gas fee problem. Trust.
What if you have less than one Ethereum though, like a 007?
Yeah, you'll have 0.07 of a basically of a PulseChain token. And I think because the transactions are going to cost nothing, so it's like you'll be able to afford it. You'll be able to swap. So I think they're going to build in a faucet on the I think it's either PulseChain swap or they're going to build it on the other Uniswap fork. They're going to put a faucet in there where you can get one PulseChain token. It doesn't even matter if a bot tries to like automate it or whatever. It's one PulseChain token. There's like 130 trillion token, like fucking one token that do shit. But so if you run out of gas fee money, you can just hit the little faucet. You'll get like 1 or 2 PulseChain tokens, and then that'll pay for your gas fees. And then you can trade and you actually get like real amount of PulseChain tokens. Okay. Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, Tyler, you want to mute your mic when you're not talking because I think there's a little static.
But you have to stake. You have to stake everything to get the PulseChain, though, right? Like you have to stake the Ethereum. No. You just no.
No, you don't stake nothing. No, you just have it in your wallet, and you'll get copied over for free.
And like when it copies, and like does like a token of PulseChain appear in your wallet or something like that? Like I don't understand.
Yeah, it'll appear. So I think this is how it works right here. So it's basically like, all right, so you'll have your MetaMask, whatever coins are in there will get copied. Then you'll end up going to pulsechain.com, and then there'll probably be a feature where you have to sign a transaction to prove that it's your wallet. So it's on your MetaMask. You know how you like sometimes ask you for a signature to like when you're yield farming. Sometimes you know how it's like approve this transaction or approve this token sort of thing. Okay. You just do a signature. It's going to cost no gas or a very little gas. You do the signature. Boom. It'll give you access to the wallet. I'm not sure if it's going to be just like a new version of the wallet, or you're just going to have like another like sort of you can go from Ethereum over to like Phantom Opera in a way. But I think it's actually going to be a brand new wallet. It's going to give you like here's the keys. Write down your seed phrases, you know that all jazz. Make sure to be safety with the seed phrases. Then when you log into that wallet's going to have all the coins in there.
Okay.
And then there's your coins basically.
But like when this PulseChain comes out, is that the only way of getting it? Like through an Ethereum or a Hex? Like it, how like if a token comes out.
So for PulseChain, you in order to have gotten a lot of tokens, you had to be there during the sacrifice phase. So this happened between Q3 and Q4 of this year. We had a sacrifice phase a couple months ago, basically, and people sacrificed a lot of money. Shout out to Whale Team 7. But basically, a lot of people sacrificed some Hex or Ethereum, or basically what it was is like you had to sacrifice a certain amount of dollars, and you got points for every dollar essentially. And then the more points you had, the more of a bonus you end up having, basically. So that's over with. You can sacrifice some Ethereum right now, but it's just like such a bad deal. It's like really stupid. So basically, you're better off just stacking up Hex right now, getting the copy. That way, it gives you some net wealth on PulseChain, and then you're able to trade P-Hex for maybe some PulseChain token, and then you have tokens. So right now, if you literally want some PulseChain, like I would recommend just stacking up Hex right now.
Okay. Because I'm like starting out with like an amount that's like I can't stake anything. I gotta just get my Hex liquid, and then just
that's totally fine. Yeah, if you can't stake, that's fine. Just keep everything liquid. Just whatever RC20 tokens you like or have, just make sure to have them all on one wallet. So you just get the photocopy, like, And then once it's over,
Right,
we're like,
okay.
hey, it's over, you guys. You just move everything off to where you want it to be, and that's it.
All right, cool.
It's super simple. You go follow. Like I have a buddy of mine called Crypto Coffee. Crypto Coffee. He has some really good videos. I highly recommend. He's a good dude. He has some really good instructional videos on like what is PulseChain, what's kind of going on basically.
Was it like a YouTube channel?
Yeah, YouTube channel. Yeah, Crypto Coffee. He's a friend of mine. He's a good dude. He's one of the guys that's on the. Well, I mean, fuck it. I might as well play it. That's Crypto Coffee.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so we do like a weekly show. Like we've been kind of fucking it up because it's like everyone's been fucking traveling because of like the nights of the crypto table and all that jazz and everything. But and also because of all the party, the stuff that's been going on in Puerto Rico, and then the stuff that's been, the Miami trips and stuff, and then the what do you call it, the big event that happened December 2nd, the Hex's birthday celebration in the UK. So we're gonna in the next week we're gonna start having the nights of crypto happening again, basically. So yeah, Coffee's a good dude. Yeah, he's a really cool dude. Highly recommend. Yeah. Also, you can also follow Brand.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Somewhere in here, like if Brand's in here, he'll tweet and stuff. Brand's and he also has a lot of good videos, and he retweets and like he packages like a lot of other Hex YouTubers into clips, and then like puts clips on his YouTube channel as well. So it's a pretty cool place.
Oh, you got your super chats working again. Good for you.
Yeah, dude. Fuck, man. It took forever to get that, man. So there we go, man. Ryan Sullivan, first super chat in a minute. Let's get it. So I just scooped up some Hex for 15 cents, staked it for 15 years. Goddamn, T-shirt's getting expensive. Yeah, man. But shout out, bro. You got some fucking, you 555 it, man. That's cool. Heck yeah, man. Solid. Congratulations, Ryan. But yeah, right. I think right now it's like 6,500, 6,600 Hex for one T-shirt at anywhere from 10 to 15 years, basically. So yeah, I mean, get them right what you can if you can afford to do so. If not, just keep it liquid. Yeah.
So just have some exposure.
Hey, you guys want to answer this one? Is Hex better than Bitcoin? I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so shocked when what's called Kiyosaki asked me that, like, because we were just barely talking about the most like simplistic stuff in the conversation, and he's like, and then he just out of nowhere he goes like, "Is Hex better than Bitcoin?" I was like, "Yeah." And like the fucking Hex community was like, "Miguel, you didn't say yes fast enough." I'm like, bro, I was just shocked that Robert Kiyosaki just asked me that out of nowhere. That was like fucking so random, man. It was like a jump scare.
Is he buying Hex?
Yeah, he has Hex. Yeah, he has Hex. Yeah, he has Hex. Yeah. Oh yeah. And then some other funding have met up with Robert Kiyosaki and stuff. Yeah.
He also
told
Robert
you
Kiyosaki
that
Bitcoin or something.
He's such a cool dude. Like I have a stack of books. I have all his books from back. I read like almost all his books and stuff. Like I've got like the original Rich Dad Poor Dad, the the quadrant books and stuff like that and stuff. Those are the like literally like Rich Dad Poor Dad was the first like real book that I read during school and stuff in terms of that had to do with like economics. So fuck
yeah. There's two books. There's two books that changed my life: Rich Dad Poor Dad and The Rational Male.
Yep.
Like that. Those are the two main books I will ever recommend for people.
No, definitely. And there was one more book too that I really enjoyed too as well, which is Bachelor Plaid Economics by what's his name?
Aaron Clary.
Aaron Clary. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm having like memory problems, I guess, from no sleep. But yeah, Aaron Clary. That book was really good. I remember working on jobs and just listening to that on audiobook. Basically, that was maybe like the third audio book I probably bought ever, basically. Bachelor Pad Economics. So he's like, I would do these jobs out in the middle of the mountains where there's no cell phone reception. So I was like, fuck, I might as well buy some audiobooks. And then I just downloaded them and I listened to Bachelor Pad Economics on like literally in one day, the whole thing. So it's a pretty good book, other than the stock stuff, because I don't invest in stocks and stuff. But other than that, like all the other stuff is pretty good info in terms of just like some good like shit you should know basically, so you don't go broke.
Hey,
yeah, I spent some money on Audible.
Oh, definitely, man. They got my money for sure.
I got a question for you though.
Yeah, go for it.
So, I know like a few times you've mentioned, I can't remember what coin it was, whether it's be Illuvium or whatever, you're like, oh, like tomorrow it might be put on Coinbase or whatnot, and if that happens, the price is gonna go up.
Oh, Phantom. That's
Right,
Phantom.
right. So hold on.
Yeah.
So this is the question though. So do you know a YouTuber named Behiza?
No.
Okay, so he's like a younger kid,
Gotcha.
and he's pretty entertaining. So he did a video of him making a coin, like just for fun.
Yeah.
Making a coin, whatever. So then apparently he made this coin, and his followers somehow emailed Coinbase to be like, hey, you need to list this. They did that. So he got onto Coinbase just like that. And his followers made a Discord, they made a Telegram, and the coin started firing up. And
I bet with the fucking Coinbase listing.
He made a fake website saying that Soldier Boy was, a supporter of it, whatever. So then he made a second video saying, hey, I did not want this to happen. I was just doing this as an experiment, whatever. And he's like, he's talking about how, he had like 400,000 or whatever amount of coins in his MetaMask. And then, he went to a website to put it in. So it's locked for 3 years, yada, yada, yada. And it's if you go right now, it's listed on CoinGecko. It's called Fluffy Coin.
Oh.
So
wait, link me a video of this. This sounds fucking hilarious. I cannot believe this. Like, I don't know, man. Like, this is kind of crazy.
No, it's real because I went to CoinGecko, and now, so check this out. So if you go to CoinGecko and then you link to the, you know how CoinGecko says you can go to the website. You go to the website.
Yeah.
He lists how to buy the coin, but at the very end, he's like, "Do not buy this coin." He goes, "This is just an experiment, whatever." He even tells you, "Don't buy this coin." But if you look at the chart, like people are buying it. So the question is, how is it he can get on Coinbase, but FTM or whoever else can't get on Coinbase?
So there's this thing about meme coins, I guess. So it's like basically it's so retarded that they can't get in trouble for it. Almost, it's like, well, they were buying a fucking meme coin. Yeah, I mean, you guys are pretty stupid for investing into meme coins. So like they have this almost plausible deniability if they do, because they're trying to this is kind of hilarious with something like a Robinhood. Like Robinhood is actually kind of hurting for revenue right now because most millennials aren't buying stocks that much, and they at one point, like when the whole 80% of all the money that Robinhood was making was off of just millennials and people buying fucking Dogecoin. So it's these meme coins are pretty profitable for some of these exchanges to list and stuff just because people buy them. I mean, literally, we're talking about some fucking random ass, like, not to say bimbos, but like, dumb, like some just random chicks and shit talking about Shiba out of just because it was a dog. It was like, I just bought it because I thought it was cute. Okay, you know what I mean? So it's that sort of stuff. So if that did happen, I've never even heard of this coin. I'm surprised if it was added on Coinbase, but basically that was pretty much added. It was added because it was just a meme and a joke, and they could get away with it because it's the way it works in the background. They could very easily, like, a flip of a button like that. They could add any RC20 token, like, really easy, because it's super easy to add an RC20 token to an exchange. The reason that they typically, like, one, don't want to list a bigger coin and stuff is one, they want to get paid, although they want to get paid for listing stuff. Two, they got to make sure they have enough supply of the token to actually be able to list it. And three, if they add an actual serious coin, they don't want to list something that they can get sued over. Basically, with the meme coin, it's a meme coin, so it's like, hey, I'm a Ponzi, and then you got something Ponzi. Well, I told everyone it was a Ponzi.
But how is it? How is it able to get on CoinGecko though? I'm sorry. How is it able to get on CoinGecko?
Oh no, any coin can get on CoinGecko. That's really easy. That's not that hard. You just put a little. You just go to the team and you input your information on the coin and stuff, and you can get listed pretty quickly. It's not that hard. Like most coins, unless the coin just launched and stuff, within a couple weeks, it always gets listed on the CoinGecko or Nomics over time.
So why is it SILV on CoinGecko?
because it's a smaller coin and stuff. They just decided not to list it and stuff. The main coin, Illuvium's listed, which is the one you want to buy. And
Right.
two, people who are stacking up SLV on the down low, they don't want to fucking snitch out on themselves. Too, there's a lot of that shit going on, and like also too, like the yield farmers and stuff. The yield farmers won't tell you shit, man. Like I know people right now that are really mad at some of the guys. There's some channels that are like medium sized, maybe like 10,000 subscribers to like 30,000 subscribers, and they're mad that some of these guys are even talking about yield farms. Like motherfuckers, like shut the fuck up. You're ruining it for the rest of it, because like every dollar in a pool is like you're ruining your yield basically, because your dollars are competition basically. So if there's $10 million in the pool, and I put $1 million into that pool, I lower everyone's APY down or APR down. If the word's static basically. Yeah.
Yo, Miguel, stop talking about Tomb.
Tyler. Wait. So what about Tomb?
Nothing. I mean, are you gonna talk about life? Like
life?
or,
I don't have
like,
any of that. I don't have any of that.
No. I mean, it's not out yet, but
for Tomb.
yeah, the one that's gonna be on the launch pad.
So. I have T-shirts. I got both T-shirts. I got Hex T-shirts and Tomb T-shirts, basically. And the risks are pretty high on the Tomb T-shirt, obviously. I mean, the good thing about that coin is it is being backed by that what's his name, Harry Yeah, basically. And he essentially has a part of his hedge fund actually managing. So they're not saying this explicitly. From what I've seen, it looks like they buy up the Tomb shares and so the Tomb token itself to make sure that peg stays above the actual price of Phantom. So I don't know. Let's take a quick look. I guess since we want to talk about shit coins, I mean we might as well, right? Let's see. So if you look at Phantom's price right now, Phantom is currently at $1.70, up 34%. Pretty happy on that. I bought that at like $1.30, so I'm up right now. So that's good. And if we look at the Tomb price,
I was personally swinging Soul into Phantom.
Yeah. The Tomb right now is $1.90. So as long as this price is higher than the price of Phantom, the T-shirt's emission rate goes up basically. So if this ever went to like, let's just say this was like $3 and like let's just say Phantom was at like basically $1 or something, or $1 or $2, that $1 difference would cause the protocol would then increase the inflation rate in order to try to dilute it down so it gets closer to the peg, basically. So the higher the Tomb share price is versus Phantom, the better we are all, especially if you have T-shares basically, or in the Phantom T-share pool if you're repothecating basically.
Wait, aren't they talking about repegging to like 2 Tomb to 1 Phantom?
That'd be cool. As long as that's cool, as long as it's like what's going to happen is when they release the launch pad and if Tomb really is the only thing you can do to buy like shit coins with it, Tomb's price is probably going to spike up in price, because what will happen is like once we know kind of like, hey, you guys were it's like right now with the landscape. If I know it's like, hey, the launch pad's going to launch in about a month, then all the guys who are collecting on T-shares are probably going to hoard up their Tomb tokens. So then Tomb's going to shoot up in price, increase the APY. So what's going to happen is probably the T-share price is going to explode up in price, because if the whales are being like greedy with Tomb token, then what's going to happen is in retail, the only way for them to get Tomb, other than paying exorbitant prices, they're just going to have to buy T-share basically. That's what's going to happen. It's just game theory and shit. Like it's like, fuck you motherfuckers won't give me anything, I'll buy my own fucking well. Fuck y'all. And then that's what people are going to do, right? So it's like this way. T-shirts did pretty well during the dip. I mean, it didn't go below, like most coins were down 30. I mean, I guess a lot of Phantom ones were down a lot, but like the average Phantom project was down 30 to 40%. T-shirts really didn't drop that much. It was already at 15,000 when the drop happened, so it only went down $2,000.
Yeah. Well, it was at 16 on Friday day. I know, because that's when I got into it.
Yeah, but it's okay, because it's like it's holding up. But obviously, you know, if it rugs, if you got rugged. So you know what I'm saying. So you got, you know, okay, this is, you know, Surgeon General's warning on this thing. But you know, I have some T-shares, both T-shares, but like, so I have T-shares like on Tomb.finance, and then I'm also in the Phantom T-share pool as well. Hey, Tyler, mute yourself, or somebody's making a lot of noise right now in the background.
That's not me.
It's not you. Who is that?
I have no clue.
Was it me?
Yeah.
But
I really I got into it pretty heavy on. I started looking at it Thursday night, right before your stream, actually, and then you talked about it on the stream Thursday night. Shout out to Greg in the Q4 chat. We were hitting it up, and that Phantom Tomb LP. It just seems like it can't lose. It just seems.
Voltaire, bro. Did you just hear what you just said right there, bro?
I know.
That was the most fucking like famous last words, dude, of all time. There's just no way I can lose, man. There's absolutely no way, bro. But you're right. Well, not right on that, but so in terms of impermanent loss, if you're in
that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's basically almost no impermanent loss. What'll happen is if the phantom price catches up to Tomb, what'll happen is you just buy a ton of phantom, basically. Or you buy a ton of Tomb on either way. But because they're typically Tomb eventually gets higher than the price, or at least by 25 cents, higher than the price of Phantom. What'll happen is since you have no impermanent loss, you're essentially earning 0.70% per day. I think it lowered a little bit because the right now the price is pretty close to each other right now. So the closer the price gets, the lower the APY gets, until eventually if the price of Tomb and Phantom are the same, there's no inflation. And if it goes below, what'll happen is then you essentially have to use T shares to buy T bonds, and then then that money will repeg the price and pump it up higher, and then from there you're able to claim your Tomb shares, your T bond. Fuck these fucking words. T bond shares. You're able to turn them in, and then you get a bunch of Tombs tokens, and then you're like yay and happy, and then you buy, and then that pumps the T share price up again, basically. And then he got rugged. Yeah, that's correct. So you're basically as long as the peg isn't broken and you're holding the peg, you're earning a lot. It's the safest yield out of all of them in terms of impermanent loss between all the LP farms. But if you don't want impermanent loss and you just want to earn just yield and you don't care about like the T-share price, then you just buy T-share, stake it, and you're just earning the passive yield on it. And then whatever the T-share price does, it just fluctuates up and down, but you're generating Tomb tokens, and it's a way for you to get shit coins in the future, which people like.
I'm surprised the peg held so well during the dip.
It really did.
It's impressive.
Because what's his name? I mean, Harry Wu and his hedge fund are trying to keep it that way. If you notice too, like this is something me and Charlie were saying in the background before the last live stream happened, where like all the coins are dumping except Luna. I wonder why, right? Oh, well, who's the main guy back in Luna? Like they're buying the fuck out of Luna so it wouldn't crash in price. Because Luna's about to launch the Astro port and stuff. They're about to launch all the stuff right now. So they were actually Luna was actually having a little bit of run. Then this drop happened, and they were like, "Fuck!" So imagine like you spent all this time and your coin's finally pumping, and then like the market's crashing. You're like, "Motherfucker!" So they're like, So I'm pretty sure that they went over there and just started buying the token on the market on the low, and just to keep the price from crashing too bad, so they didn't give away all the gains that they just got. And then now that if the dump's now over. Look, that's what happened. Boom! Now we pumped up to $73 now on Luna. Now, it's one of the best marketing tools. Hex does this all the time. When the whole market's dipping and Hex doesn't move and Hex doesn't really go down, people remember that. If your coin pumps during a dump in the market, it's the best marketing tool ever for you. Because in a sea of red, you're green. It's just marketing basically, and it's smart too because then people remember that shit. Like, whoo, fucking Hex kept me from being poor, yay! You're all happy and stuff and everything, and then you're like, then if you decide to sell some Hex and you buy some coins, you're like, yeah, and then the coins go back up, and then you sell it back into Hex and you have more Hex, and you're like, but that's trading basically, which I don't recommend that, but people do that sort of swing trading sometimes, you know. But yeah.
Yeah, somebody did a video earlier today showing that UST held its peg to the US dollar even with this crash. So. That has something to do with what you're talking about, that they bought a whole bunch of Luna just to prevent that?
Wait, I'm sorry. You talking about UST?
UST held its peg to the US dollar despite the crash last night.
Yes, yeah. Because of course, if they're buying up Luna, they're also buying up if they're buying Luna, they're also buying UST. Yeah, so it would have been there's one. So if Luna's price crashed. Like if I were like Do Kwon, right? If I was the guy behind, if I was Do Kwon and I was like looking at the price between, if I had to choose, if I only had enough money to keep one from crashing, I would back the UST price 100%. 100. I was like, all right, well, sorry, I guess the Luna price is going to crash. I would be aping all my money to make sure that coin doesn't lose its fucking peg. That way, like at the very least, all the guys holding stable coins were like, whoo. I mean, during this, like, because if the stable coin goes down, people are going to lose a shit ton of money. But still, the Luna price, if it crashes to a certain point, because people are borrowing on it to borrow UST, to then they get liquidated. So it's a lose-lose situation. But the worst thing you could do is actually have your stablecoin go below sure 90 cents or something on a quick dip. That's fine. But if it goes to like 50 cents to 40 cents, it could unravel your entire fucking ecosystem really badly. Like that would, oh my god, bro, that'd be death, bro.
Yeah,
that'd be death, dude. Yeah, dyslexic. What's going on, brother?
Hey, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Loving the chat about Tomb and all that, especially Phantom Pad. It's gonna be really exciting.
I know, dude. It's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah, I was just saying right now that I think the tomb. So it's like, all right, during these events where there's people like, because people don't really like, people won't hear about the launchpad shit until it's about a week out. Always, you know, it's always like, what the, you know, like what it's what happens to, like, the snapshot's in a week. You know, if Richard said like, hey, in 2 weeks, you guys, I'm going to do the snapshot. If he actually did that a day before the snapshot happens, everyone on Twitter is going to be like, the snapshot's happening tomorrow. Oh my God. What's going to happen? The hex price is going to be like, bro, like that and shit, you know, like, because everyone's like trying to get their fucking hex at the last minute to get the snapshot. I mean, it's like, it's just psychology, no matter what. Even if you knew a month ahead of time, right, that something was going to happen. Hey, in 1 month, there's going to be no toilet paper. Yeah, man. And then on the last week, like, fuck, do I have enough toilet paper? You're gonna have to start getting more toilet paper. It always fucking happens already. Isn't there a Phantom starter? I think there is, but Harry Ye is back in the other one. So they've done deals with, like, basically because the billionaire dude Harry Ye is backing the other one. All the big money's gonna go towards that, and on top of that too, they did deals with CZ already from Binance. That's why he was there at the DC conference. Mm-hmm. Like he actually showed up, like, so I was like, oh fuck. So yeah, some deals were happening on that shit. So what's going on too is, like, it's sort of, I think what's going on, I'm not saying this, but I think Harry is sort of like the mafia man in terms of, like, saying, like, hey, like, you want liquidity on your project? Sure, come on the launch your project on my launch pad, but you're gonna accept Tomb token for it. Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, welcome on board, man. And now your projects are relevant in Phantom. Look at that magic, you know. And that's basically what's, I think, is going on. Which, I mean, it's fair, you know. If I had a whole ecosystem and had a token, and then, like, he's like, hey, dude, if you accept my token as collateral and stuff for your token launch and stuff like that, I'll let you on my launch pad and stuff and on my ecosystem, and then I'll say your project's legit. Okay, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Yeah, and then that will happen. That's what's going to happen. And it's just, you got to think about things like literally think things in the greediest way. And I think it's always, like, helped me out to figure out what's going to happen. I mean, like, literally, like, think about, like, what's, like, the worst thing a cunt could do, like, in terms of, like, a whale would do to your price or something like that. And that's probably what's going to happen. Probably.
Damn, man, getting rid of my opium.
Yeah, man. Definitely, man. Talk amongst yourselves for 1 second. I have to be right back. I'm going to the bathroom, so I'll be right back.
Curious, guys, how do you like get like, I've been buying Phantom on the Gemini, but how would you put that ERC20 Phantom into the Gemini into the Phantom network? You guys have
put it on your MetaMask. Send it to your MetaMask wallet. Go to Spooky Swap, go to the bridge, and bridge it over.
I think I tried that, but I mean, does it take, like, a long time for it to, like, show up in your?
Yeah. The network's having some, I think, like, liquidity problems with their bridge. So it's taking a really long time for them to pull it over. Yeah, and that's the reason why Tomb's doing their thing, because they're like, oh, there's problems with, like, how much Phantom there is. Let's have another coin that's, like, pegged to Phantom to, like, do bridging and stuff. But another thing you could do is potentially, you know, it's going to suck doing the gas fee, but if you put it over into USDC, you can use the bridge in USDC, or even, like, I think even wrap ETH on the Spooky Swap bridge and bring that over. The liquidity might be better for those pairs.
You know, I did it on Friday, and it took, like, I did it in 2 rounds, and one round took 3 minutes, and the other round took about 8-9 minutes. So it wasn't that bad.
It doesn't matter which which chain or which exchange you're like trying to get Phantom like onto Phantom. Like there's like major liquidity problems right now. Like on all of them.
That's very true. But Dcar, I'm curious. So you currently have it in Gemini right now?
Yeah, I have it on Gemini, and then I had problems with Spooky Swap, and then I tried using multi-chain .xyz, and I still don't have my Phantom. And when I look on the AnySwap Explorer, it says the status is still confirming. It's been like over 3 hours. So
Really?
like,
That's rough.
Yeah,
I think what you could do, like maybe a creative way that you can try and do it. So I personally have just stopped using Gemini for Phantom, and I just exclusively use KuCoin, just because you can easily like send from KuCoin to Phantom's mainnet. So what you might be able to do potentially, I haven't looked into myself, but maybe transfer your Gemini Phantom to your KuCoin Phantom, or to your KuCoin account. And then you could probably send it from there to your MetaMask in the Phantom Opera network and only pay 1 Phantom versus the 30 Phantom or however much ETH you would have to pay for gas.
Okay. Yeah. I'll look into that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it just might be worth a shot. Some just getting creative and thinking about different ways.
Now, if you're trying to buy Phantom though, someone showed me a real cheap way to do it. What they did was they bought BTC, sent it over to KuCoin, and then from KuCoin bought Phantom on the Phantom network with the BTC, and it only cost them 99 cents.
Oh,
I was like, yo, that's proper.
That's pretty cool. I've been doing the XLM from like some centralized exchange, send it over to KuCoin, sell that off for USDT, and then doing the Phantom or whatever else I want to buy. But that's
Ain't that a bitch though, man? Like I remember back in the day, $50 transactions on Bitcoin were fucking expensive. Now it's like so cheap. Like literally, it's so cheap to send Bitcoin. Like I send Litecoin sometimes to exchanges and stuff when I want to sell. So it's actually pretty cheap as well. So just basically any of those tokens that are accepted by KuCoin, you can just do that stuff. But obviously, VPN that shit.
Hell yeah, all day.
But do your own research.
Yeah, Dior.
Hey Miguel, you're drinking the wrong drink.
Well, what am I drinking? Water?
Yep. He's supposed to be having
energy.
A mixed drink.
Oh, a mixed drink? No, I was drinking yesterday, man. I was drinking tequila, man.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Stereotype.
Yes, it did. Yeah, I've got some Casadores right here.
Hey Miguel, so when are you doing like a meetup?
Oh, so I'm still okay. So let me explain. Okay, so let me explain the magnitude of how fucking crazy this thing is going to be in terms of like how it's going to be. So okay, so let's just say I said if I were to do a meetup and I just gave you guys a 24-hour in advance, right? Some of you guys will be able to show up, but it won't be that many people, and then some of you guys will be all pissed off about it. Be like, "What the fuck, Miguel? You only gave us like 24 hours, right?"
I'm in Canada. I need a little more time.
Right. So let's just say I said, "Hey, you guys, in 1 week, I'm gonna throw." Let's just say I rent a bar out just to we all drink and just like talk and shit. And I say, "Hey, in 1 week, meet at this bar right here in California or something." I'll have 400 people show up.
Yep.
So I'm having trouble figuring out what to do and shit because it's either going to be like I either make it super small or it becomes fucking gigantic, like out of control, basically. Because like imagine like 200 people from the chat show up and then they bring, let me bring my brother or let me bring one of my friends and stuff. We have 400, 600 people here, like, and it's full COVID town over here in California and stuff. Because like I was looking at venues in San Francisco and they were fucking telling me no. Yeah, basically. So how many people are going to show up? And I was like, well, like 400, 600 people. But like, they just fucking like hung up on me and shit. So like, goddamn. So I was like, all right.
Miguel, there's nothing wrong in California that a rise in ocean water can't handle.
Except my property value.
Oh my god.
But I'm really trying to figure it out, basically, in terms of it's I want to do it, but like the more and more I started thinking about it, just like the same way I think about the game theory about cryptos, I'm like, bro, this is gonna get fucking mad. This is gonna be some big ass fucking thing. It's basically gonna be like a mini Hex convention, basically, just like the Hex convention. Like it's gonna be that much people showing up. So if I do
Vegas,
yeah, that's what. There you go. So I was thinking about doing something in Vegas, basically, but I'm probably gonna figure out what to do because like, if I don't plan it correctly, it can turn into fucking total debauchery. Basically, because like I don't want to put too much fucking ideas out there and stuff in terms of like the debauchery shit, but like so it'll probably be like a giant meet and greet where I'll have fun, have drinks and stuff, and then we'll probably go out afterwards and stuff, and just everyone just do their own thing and stuff, and then we can meet up and stuff. So it'll probably be something like that for the first one, and then eventually we'll actually really have like a yearly like crypto mindset actual convention, sort of hang out, get drunk and have fun convention every year. And that'll be something that will probably move from town to town, but more than likely we'll probably have it in Vegas for a lot of times, maybe a couple times in Miami. And then of course the Tokyo Yacht Party. That's going to happen for sure.
But you guys gonna launch NFTs for the Tokyo Yacht Party?
I'm sorry. Yeah, well, we might have to we might end up having a couple of yachts, like multiple yachts for how many people are going to show up.
Hell yeah.
So it's gonna be hella cool, man. So yeah, I'll let you guys know. I'm trying to plan it out. I've got some buddies of mine who do like a lot of stuff with the MGM. So it might be something there and stuff. So I'll let you guys know and stuff. Yeah, it's gonna like I already know. It's just gonna like there's no either I rug you guys with the small one or it's gonna be fucking like a clusterfuck. So
no Fire Festival 2.0.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. Hey, Mike Tyson, dude. Hey, thank you so much. Fuck yeah, with $100 fucking super chat, man. Hey, thank you so much, man. It's all love, bro. Please don't ever stop doing what you're doing. I'm doing my 8th 16-hour shift in a row. Fuck, dude. Shout out to you, man. If I wasn't working, I'd be in there right now. I'm always listening to you, bro. Then again, much appreciation. Your hard work doesn't go unnoticed. Hey, dude, thank you so much. Mike Tyson's a really good dude. He's a hardworking guy. I don't want to dox him, but like for real, he's like a hardworking motherfucker. Like that guy's always hustling. He DCAs all the time. He's like, fuck, I'm about to take every ship they fucking give me. I'm making everything into crypto. Fuck this. I'm so done with this fiat system. So Mike Tyson's a hardcore motherfucker, man. So yeah.
I played the shit out of his video game back in the day.
Me too. Yeah, it's crazy. His name is not Mike Tyson, but
Aww.
I know. I was so disappointed because I've met two people that are actually their names are Mike Tyson.
Oh wow!
In real life,
that's crazy.
They really are. Yeah, just imagine they named you Mike and your last name's Tyson. Like fuck.
I met Mike Tyson in Vegas. Well, I was in the casino and I saw him walking by. Of course, he had two babes on his arm, And I just I go, holy fuck, champ, hey. And I tried to fist bump him and he looked at me and he had some big dude with him. They looked at me and they just kept walking. But still, it was cool.
Yeah. Let's see. Dollar cost with 500 plus people, we can stage an actual voting act. Oh my fucking god.
Oh my god.
I don't know what you're talking about, boys. What are you talking about? That would be the most epic way to do it, bro. Can you imagine if there was like we had a yacht and the yacht sank or some shit?
That world.
That would be a Hulu or like Netflix documentary right there.
Crypto party actually ends in boating accident.
Right.
You actually lost your key though.
Like everybody bring your treasure and just keep it in your pocket loosely.
Billions of dollars were lost on this day. This has been the largest fucking incident in crypto history.
At least we'll go down in history.
I know, right? More money was lost in this one boat accident than all of Mount Gox.
At least that'll be removed from the circulating supply. So
right.
Hey, you should go to the government with that. They'd probably support it.
They'll pay for it.
Yeah, they pay for it. They support you. Be like, yo, okay.
So yeah, I'll let you guys know on the event and stuff. We're trying to organize it and stuff. So obviously, whatever we do at the venue, it's PC, right? You can drink and stuff and everything like that, and we can hang out and stuff. But obviously, no one be a creeper. I mean, like I don't have to say that, but like obviously, like don't be a creeper and stuff like that. If there's some ladies there that show up and stuff like that, just be courteous and shit and everything like that. And if you want to go at the club and afterwards, there's clubs everywhere in Vegas. So it's like you want to grab some ass, go grab some ass at the clubs, not at the the crypto mindset convention. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying. Don't get us in trouble.
You've seen that chat, some of the shit that's posted in there. That's a good. You have to put that disclaimer up at the beginning. Good for you.
Well, hold on. Are you gonna invite Fresh and Fit?
Yeah, I'll invite them out if they want to come out for sure. Always. I mean, they've invited us to like Miami so many times. Like, I just couldn't make it work with the time because when I was out in Miami, like I think they were booked out on something. So I just was like, fuck it. We're planning. I'm planning to probably next year to do something with Fresh and Fit out in Miami. So both me and Charlie have been invited on there already. So I will be on Fresh and Fit on the after hour show and everything. So.
Oh,
hell yeah.
I want to see
after hours and everything, man. I'm
Miguel in a different element.
Yeah. See what those. Hey, Miguel, tell
I
the
got a
truth.
buddy,
Did you fly out that little Maria Garcia chick that was in the chat? Tell the truth. Be honest, man. I know how you roll. You flew her in. Come on.
No. She paid Coach Bro to get over here. I didn't fly no bitch out.
Hell yeah. Got it like that.
I'm gonna find out who's trolling me on that shit one day. I'm gonna find out. We're all drunk in Vegas one day, and it's fucking Tyler's like, Miguel, I got something to confess to you.
It's not me, Miguel. I swear. I'm too busy fucking degenning in NFTs.
No, definitely, yeah. I mean, but it's even for the clubs. If you actually do, like, I was thinking about that too with the clubs and stuff. If we had 400 people show up to like the actual event, we would actually have trouble even getting everyone into a club. Actually, there's just too many people, too. So you see what I'm trying to say? Like, it's sort of thing where we have a convention and then we just let everyone get off in terms of like their own groups and stuff, and then we can meet up the next day and have another mini meetup the next day or something like that. Because a lot of these clubs and stuff, even if you go to the clubs inside of like the Aria and stuff and everything like that, like. I think the occupancy is like 400 or something.
Yeah,
like,
but
clubs aren't even that big. Like,
but why not? Why not do like okay? Anyone that wants to come has to sign up by this day, and after this day, no one else can come. And then okay, we got 300 people, we got 500 people, whatever it is, and then you have a few months to figure out, okay, where can we take these people?
No, for sure. Yeah, we'll fly out MLD though, that's for sure. But yes, this is the other problem. That would be the biggest sausage party in history. So we might have to do some. Gaming and shit. So just go out the street. All right, you guys, we got 4 hours to pick a bunch of chicks and take them with us. Scour all Vegas and shit, and like, all right, we got like hose on deck. Let's go. And then,
well, just out of curiosity, though, what's the time frame you're thinking about? Are you thinking like
I'll let you guys,
summer?
If I could have done it, I would have done it probably at the end, like a couple weeks from now. But like, it's probably going to be after the crypto mindset course, sometime after that, somewhere in between the crypto mindset course to the quarter, somewhere between Q1 to Q2 in that range. And there, yeah, because we were planning on doing something at the later in the year between Q3 and 4 and stuff. Yeah.
Another question: Are you going to be doing consultation? So crypto, the course Q1 is going to be in January, right?
Wait, say it again.
The Q1 course is going to be in January, right?
Yes.
So right after the course, are you guys doing consultations?
Well, yeah, we still be doing consultations. We're probably a little bit less of them, basically. But we should still be doing some consultations.
Are you going to be doing consultations right after the course or during the course or both?
Nothing during the course. I mean, dude, I would die, bro. Like, I would just die.
Okay.
I would die. You should kill me. But like, no. So during the course run and stuff, there's no consultations happening at all.
Gotcha.
Afterwards, yeah, give me like me and Charlie probably take like 3-4 days so we can sleep, and then we'll do some consultations afterwards, basically. But during the course, nah, dude, man, oh my god, bro, that gives me anxiety thinking about that. If I'm just being, oh my god, Simple Jack, you guys, Simple Jack's here, you guys.
Hey, Charlie, I don't know if to kind of change the subject, but I wanted to know what your opinion or what have you heard about ETH 2.0 and like, is it anywhere on the horizon?
The fully, not Charlie, Miguel, but
wow,
yeah.
Brain fart. I guess I'm Simple Jack.
That's all good. It's all good. No, but in terms of like ETH 2.0, I think we will have the merge sometime in the summer. So next year we will have the merge, which means Ethereum's fully deflationary. As for gas fee stuff, meh. Basically on that, like we're getting some rollouts right now of some upgrades that are happening on Matic right now and some of the layer 2. So there actually is yield farming now on Optimism and on Arbitrum. So the ETH2 scaling solutions are actually starting to turn on now. So by the middle of next year, those will be pretty much full bore, going good and stuff. So I think Ethereum's been doing pretty well. I do believe, I'm giving some alpha right here. I do believe sometime in the summer we are going to get an ETH flipping of BTC. So ETH will flip Bitcoin in market cap for a little bit. It's going to fuck the market up pretty badly when it happens. And then probably ETH price go down significantly from there. And then it recovers.
I'm just I'm just concerned about its correlation with PulseChain, because the sooner, in my mind, like the sooner the sooner Ethereum scales properly and gas fees become under control, the worse that will be for PulseChain.
Yeah, but it's a sort of thing where like regardless or not, let's just say ETH scaled as an example, right? We would have the equal amount of scaling power on PulseChain, but on top of that, it would be our own ecosystem where they couldn't bully us out of anything. So we're essentially building out our own cinematic universe in our own, because like what's going on is like we're on Ethereum. It's supposed to be decentralized and free and stuff, and it hasn't been very like kosher basically on a lot of stuff. So magically, like, no, you guys can add anything to a platform, and then there's a lot of like origin, right? Let's just say we added Hex to some sort of like pool or something in on this DeFi platform. That DeFi platform will go out of their way to go fuck up that pair to like hurt people and like so they can lose money, right? So it's the sort of thing where like Hex has been very careful in where it sticks its dick basically on DeFi, and we're better off essentially creating our own AI robot and having our own ecosystem out there, and then being able to freely invest in that place basically, and then protocols that want to play on PulseChain can then come in here, and then since essentially the whole place is run by Hexicans and Hex Pulse and Richard and stuff, that if someone is a bad player, we can fuck them up. So it's this whole thing where
so you think by that time.
Yeah, go ahead.
But by that time, PulseChain may have had enough network effect to be self-sustaining.
Sorry, say that again.
Like PulseChain by that time would have enough network effect so that ETH 2.0 doesn't kill it.
Yeah, I mean, regardless or not, ETH 2.0 won't kill PulseChain ecosystem. No, it won't, because like even if we were bare minimum just Hexagons, like literally, like we stuck around with Hex and like all we could do is stake it. So like when we have a whole fucking ecosystem, we're not have a ball. Not to say that we won't have event, because as soon as you have an ecosystem, you have flows of money. So there'll be people who make a bunch of money on PulseChain, leave PulseChain for a little bit, go yield farm on somewhere else, and come back to PulseChain and re-up basically on tokens. That's what's going to happen. But it's a sort of thing where like we're just net going to have more people than we have right now in Hex, because like I mean you see what Richard's been talking about, like right now the PulseChain ecosystem, the PulseChain Telegram chat's 50% bigger than the Hex chat. So that's a bunch of people who are literally just signing up to the PulseChain chat because they're interested in having their token copied over, and they're also wanting to play in a new ecosystem versus being in Hex. So we're gonna keep, so the whole PulseChain ecosystem is gonna keep a bunch of these loyal Hexicans, which will be like the fucking royal guard, and then we're gonna get a bunch of other people that got their own projects and stuff. So even if we ended up like with the like more people are using Ethereum and stuff, our ecosystem is probably one of the ones, because we have such a community that we continue on. Where I'm actually kind of some of the other ones might get a little weakened in a way if that were to happen. I think Phantom would do pretty good. Maybe Luna, but it would just like one thing that like I like Luna a lot, but one thing that does worry me about Luna is because a lot of people don't know this, but like South Korea is just like China in a way. The state runs everything basically. So the state says you can be a monopoly and you're a monopoly in a way. So it's kind of like capitalism light or communism light, I should say. So if for some reason the South Korean government gets negative on UST, that's pretty bad for fucking for Luna. I know they're trying to decentralize themselves, but they're still not very decentralized. So there's like stuff like that, and then a lot of the other Solana could take a hit as well because like it's there. I mean, there's a running joke on Solana. There's more VCs than there are users on Solana, so that's pretty funny. Same thing. There actually is users on Avalanche, but more people are just kind of rug farming basically on Avalanche more than anything. But that's starting to happen right now too with Phantom right now as well. There is much more community projects and a lot more cooler stuff on Phantom, but we're starting to get a lot of farms. We've got it invaded by all these own forks, Spartacus and stuff like that. You know, Hector DAO and what's the other motherfucker? Whatever the motherfucker is, the other Ponzi's. They're happening right now on Phantom. You're just having all these kind of rug farms starting to happen on Phantom as well. Not saying that they're bad or anything like that, but like the one thing is I do like about Phantom is like there's a lot of homegrown projects. Like I'm so surprised. Like there's so much cheap projects. There's so much cheap projects on Phantom right now that actually work, which is insane. Like the average project on Phantom right now is about anywhere from $5 to $20 million. Right? Go look on Avalanche. It's a lot higher. Basically on the average, if it actually has a working product, and actually it does. There's so many working products. I don't want to say all the names, but like there's a lot of working products on Phantom, and they're cheap right now. And versus Phantom, they're a lot. I mean, versus Avalanche, they're a lot more higher. Basically, we have half the TVL of Avalanche, and we're like in terms of market cap, we're like a fucking quarter of the price, a quarter of the market cap of Avalanche, basically. So, I mean, it's a much better deal and stuff, but not to say that I'm shitting on Avalanche because there's some good stuff. There's money to be made on every chain, basically. Just be coin agnostic. But I do have favorites, basically. But I still like when PulseChain comes out, I'm going to be talking a lot more about PulseChain than I will be Phantom. But I'll still be yielding and doing stuff on Phantom. But PulseChain is going to be where it's at for a while. You know what I'm saying? And then once everything calms down, then it's just kind of like I take my attention to other stuff, but I still keep those two things. I still will have my Phantom stuff and my PulseChain stuff, and then and whatever other chain we end up where we can make money, basically. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah. I've kind of done something that's I guess not advisable. Like a little bit against you guys' non-financial advice. I have. It has ended up being that I'm balls deep in Hex, because like I had made some purchases whenever we were in that bull flag, I don't know, a month ago. And I mean, it was a clear bull flag. So it was like, all right, so I made decent purchases in that range. But then whenever it started going down, I was like, all right, I'll just start DCAing into it, but like not with dry powder, with other cryptos, like swapping in,
5% in, or are we talking about 95% both?
like closer to 95.
I mean, hey, look, if you're
even right now, I'm working on divesting my stocks in Robinhood, and I'm gonna like transfer all that money over,
Hey man, I did the same thing too, man. In 2016, 2017, I was just like off. No, actually, like So from 2017 to 18, I was just DCing out all my stocks into crypto.
Right.
So I mean, I don't blame you on that, but like, so hey, I mean, we're all red pill guys here, right? So if you choose to be all in on a coin, I mean, that's on you, man. But like, hey, as long as you're the guy who pushes the red button or the green button. If you choose the green button to have all your coins in one coin, that's just if the coin goes up a lot, that's for you. If it goes down, that's also on you, too. So
right.
Since you've chosen that, but I mean, Hex in terms of like, man, there was a while. I mean, I was pretty much all in on Hex at point two as well. So it's like, hey, I can't knock you on that, but like, you're at the end of the day, like it's you who were, you chose to be in Hex that heavy, which is, I don't think that's that terrible of an idea. But obviously, me and Charlie can't just say that to everybody because some people aren't paying attention enough, and like they need more of a broad portfolio, basically. Some there's probably some dude right now that's all in on just T-share. Just that's it. That's all he has. Everything T-share, bro. Or there's dudes out here that are all Shiba, all Doge, and then depends on timing, basically at that point. Depending on when you got in. But yeah.
Right. So I mean, it's pretty inevitable that we hit $1 eventually.
What?
No. Wow.
Real?
I wish I had I wish I had my money in there already. Unfortunately, it takes literally days for the funds to what do they call it? Settle in Coinbase. Yeah.
Yeah, we're back at 14 cents again right now. Okay, cool.
Damn.
But my strategy was kind of to just consolidate and then branch back out.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, so if you, obviously, like, look, your Hex is down right now. Hex is down right now. If you're able to invest at Hex at these low prices, and then we go back up, you'll have tons of profit. You will take some profit and then get yourself another portfolio, of course. Yeah, but you are taking the risk. I'm not saying Hex is going to rug, because obviously I'd be fucking crying on stream too. I'd be like, fuck, no. I'd be like, so pissed. But I'm like, fuck, man. But anyway, I mean, legitimately, I'd be fucking, fuck, I'd be so mad. Like, god damn it. But, oh, well, it's just, that's crypto, man, breaking your heart. But if, but obviously, like, yeah, I mean, this thing is, like, I buy, like, the same thing you're doing, like, when Hex goes up and stuff, I recently took profits on Hex at 41 cents for the first time and 48 cents, right? And I told everybody during the course and stuff, and I even said on YouTube, like, 56 cents, bro. I mean, like, that's going to be that's going to be one of the all-time highs right, because it's 10,000x. It's like, it's a psychological level and stuff. I said this in Q3 and Q4 as well.
Yeah, and you said you were going to take profit at a certain level. I literally marked it on my trading view.
Yeah. So it's just So 13 cents is a great place to pick up some Hex right now. Honestly, yeah. I'd be fucking surprised if we go to 11 cents. But if we go to 11 cents, yeah, if it goes down to 13 again, I'll probably pick some up myself personally. Because like the last time I bought a big amount of Hex was at 18 cents. But that was a month ago or a week ago or a couple weeks ago or something. Yeah.
So Miguel, talking about purchases, did you, once you saw Phantom do this dip that it did you ape in like you said you would?
Yeah, dude, I told you I did on stream.
Oh man, I must have missed it.
Yeah. So during the stream, so about 1 hour before the stream came on, I went. Basically, what happened was like I was doing something with. I think I was talking to Plancy on something on Twitter, and then I went to the store. I came out, and the fucking whole world was on World War II or some shit like that. My phone was blowing up with like Bitcoin down 5, 10, 15, 20. I was like, holy shit. It's like I just ran. I was like speeding on the highway trying to get home. And like I was like, what the hell's going on? And then basically you couldn't even like I had to in order to get my Phantom to work, I had to increase my gas fee thing. I had to pay like 30 Phantom and to increase, which is not, it's like $60 basically.
Yeah.
In order to get, but that was the first time I've ever used Phantom where it was like janky. The first time ever. And literally,
do you not use mobile? Do you not use mobile at all?
No, well, not for big money. No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I'm all on mobile. Like I don't even use my computer for.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, I mean it's just, but the same. It's like I can't be like saying like, oh, I'm about $1 million or something like, like, you know what I mean, like shit like that.
Right.
But like 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, sure, why not, and stuff. You can, but you just gotta. 1 second. There we go. Let me mute you right here. Okay, cool. So yeah, I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about? Fuck.
Talking about doing the purchases on your mobile.
Say it again, dyslexic.
He was talking about doing like purchases and stuff on your mobile.
Yeah, you can do purchase on mobile. You can. I have used the KuCoin app before on the phone. It works. It's pretty good and stuff. It's surprisingly the only really exchange where you could really have gotten all these prices was KuCoin, straight up. Like it was KuCoin all the way. That's why since the first course we ever did in September of 2020, we've been recommending KuCoin.
Damn.
Jump always. Like I know there was a hack a long time ago. I think it was a small hack. It was all taken. There was a hack of I think Kusama and Dot back in the day. On one of their hot wallets back on KuCoin, but since then, I mean that it's the last exchange, honestly, where you can basically just buy coins like basically Binance is pretty much going full corporate, At some point,
yeah, they're non KYC.
Yeah, non-K. Yeah, well, I didn't want to say that, but yeah, basically. So basically, yeah, KuCoin's.
I use them very strategically, and I've actually or just recently enjoyed some gains on their token KCS.
Yeah, so yeah, that's a good. Yeah, you can also stake your KuCoin tokens, and then you can get paid out a dividend off of it too, T-share rewards and bonuses and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. But I know it's a little expensive now. But I mean, but basically, like this, what's going to happen now is that the market's going to have a lot of confidence on KuCoin. A lot of people were able to buy a lot of these.
Hey,
okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so the market's actually, if you actually look at what's happened to KuCoin is actually now in the top 100 as a token. So if I were to pull up KuCoin right now as a thing, right, the volume on KuCoin is now going to explode basically because people were able to make money on KuCoin. We're like, oh, KuCoin's legitimate. Fuck yeah. Now KuCoin's going to have a shit ton of power in the market, I think, personally.
Yeah, KCS.
If I can get it to load, my God.
You're saying the KuCoin token KCS is top 100. That's what you mean?
Yeah, it's top 100. It's a top 100 coin now. There we go.
Right.
If I scroll down, let's see. Where is it? Yeah, it's number 80. It's number 82. Like last year before the crypto mindset course started, I think this is back in 2020, September and stuff. Like this coin was like 140 in market cap, and the price of the token was like literally like $1. So it's done a 22x, and it's also been paid dividends. This is actually one of the coins I was trading back in the day, and I did pretty well with it. Except there was just a time like once the course started, I just got too busy to be trading this thing back and forth, basically. But back when I had all this magical thing I used to have that was called free time, but I don't have any of that anymore. But I used to swing trade a lot of KuCoin and stuff, and it was pretty simple. It would just go up 10 cents, and I'd just trade it back down, and then it just make 10% trades all the time.
Where's it at right now? How much is it?
It's $22. It's
KCS.
Yeah, KCS.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
See, I bought a bunch at $9, and then I logged in just recently. I was like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a good token. It's probably going to start going up because people are saying KuCoin's a shit. It should be. They're going to start doing comparisons between it and like in terms of other competitors, right? If we look, what's Huobi? Not Huobi. Where's the Huobi token? So go up. So Leo tokens, when they're going to compare it against, they're going to compare it against. Where is it? FTX token, another token like that. Then where is it? Here's OKX as well. So they're going to be saying like it's so cheap. It's number 80 and something, and it probably will go up now. Now what's going on is the market's probably going to start trusting KuCoin a lot. It's the hack and stuff, especially because traders were able to actually execute trades during the crash, and it was pretty much one of the only exchanges where you were able to actually get orders in. Bro, it's going to shoot. Pretty much, yeah. KuCoin has been the number one exchange. Yeah, basically. I mean, I just hope it doesn't get bastardized, basically. But hopefully, we can still use it like pretty usefully in the next cycle. But it's very possible that it's really like the last saloon, basically. It's the Barbados of the. I mean, it's literally like the pirate capital. It's the last pirate capital in all of crypto in terms of an exchange. That's like still repping out Wu-Tang with us and shit, with shit coins and stuff. So yeah, so people are going to be comparing it. It should be the price. It should be 1/4 the price of like Binance coin and stuff. So people are going to do all these mathefications like, oh, if Binance coin's $100 billion, and I go to number 88 or KuCoin, it's 1 billion. Literally, like KuCoin is about. In comparisons, right? If you just divide like one, like I don't know, let me see. 96 divided by 1.76. Basically, Binance Chain's token is worth 54.5 times larger in market cap in comparison. So people are going to say like, oh shit, it should at least be worth 10 billion, and probably it's probably. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if shit heads at 10 billion. 20 billion at some point, right? Obviously not like, don't stake. There's been coins that just outperform this thing, obviously. But hey, I mean, it's a steady Eddie coin. So, I mean, sure. But if there's another hack on KuCoin, boom, price is going to go down. If there's a hack on Binance, boom. So anytime there's obviously it's like if there's ever a hack on any of these centralized exchanges, the coin's going to crash, of course, because people lose confidence in it. So it's that sort of stuff basically.
KuCoin is based in Hong Kong, right?
Which one?
The KuCoin is based in Hong Kong, right?
No, hell no. I think it's Singapore.
No,
Where are they based? Singapore. Oh, okay. Because I thought they were basically in Hong Kong and like loosely associated with China. You know what I mean?
Singapore, dude. Because like if they're part of
okay.
Wait, I gotta really watch what I say here. Okay, if they were part of the if they were part of the Red Ribbon Army, they wouldn't be able to do all the things they do across the world, basically. See what I'm? Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Let's just say there's a reason why the Singapore flag is like they've taken it off of like the icons and stuff because China thinks that they're theirs.
Yeah, Singapore is its own nation state basically. So Singapore, if you live there, I mean the laws are fucking crazy in Singapore in terms of like you smoke weed, you're fucked, homie. Fucked. Like they'll beat. Like I remember reading a story back in the days. They caught this. I think they were littering. They caught. So it was like this. Basically, this white woman in Singapore was like littering or some shit, or like she was smoking.
No, she was chewing gum.
Was it chewing gum?
Yeah, you're not allowed to chew gum over there.
Yeah, they tied her up. She ran to the U.S. like the U.S. representatives over there and said like, "Can you please help me? They want to beat me." And it's like, "I'm sorry, man. We can't help you." And they fucking tied her up to a fucking like a barrel and they fucking caned her ass. Like, they beat her ass.
They don't play. They do not play.
Yeah, they
for chewing gum.
They tie up some fucking blonde-headed white woman and shit for chewing gum, and then they fucking beat her ass with a cane.
I saw that video on Bang Bros.
Yeah, it sounds like a Pornhub genre. Wait, hey, sorry, am I allowed to say that?
No, yeah, go ahead, man. I'll go. There's no race. You can say all this stuff, but obviously don't say any fucking like fucked up things in terms of like race and shit, that sort of stuff. Of course.
All right. My bad. I guess my video is not showing up because of my connection.
Oh no, it's all good, man. As long as we can hear your wonderful voice, your soothing voice, that's all I.
Sweet. That's this midnight hour right now. We got Quiet Storm playing on the radio for all you crypto lovers out there.
Right.
Right on.
Miguel,
yeah.
I'm kind of curious about like obviously right now I think a lot of light is on these L1s and such. In terms of like what's really pumping, but what are some? I think you or Charlie mentioned about like looking into like bridges being the next thing, or some other projects being the next thing for the next cycle or something like that. But what are some other projects that or like maybe you don't have to say the projects in particular, of course, but what are some like generic ideas of projects you've been looking into?
Well. Oh man, I want to say stuff, but like probably don't kill me, bro.
I feel like
I know, but I'll be an open book during the next course and stuff like this. I'm trying to say some stuff for the course and stuff, but
yep.
But yeah, I've got some heat, bros. I got some heat coming. These are sort of, these are going to be like little side bet plays, so like nothing huge, like maybe a 1%, 5% allocation in your portfolio. Mm-hmm. Obviously, if you have a smaller amount of money, you just stick to the basics. But obviously, as you get more and more money, if you're playing around with $1 million portfolio, you can afford to swing the $10,000 into a coin, just like fuck it, or 50,000, something like that. But if you have $10,000. If gas fees are a problem, then just stick to the 5 coins or stick to the ecosystem plays. That's it. So it's a sort of thing where like as the more money it's just kind of fucked up. Like the richer you get, it's easier. Like it's like seriously like once you guys for some of you guys, like you guys haven't broke the 6 figures yet. Once your portfolio breaks 6 figures, the next 6 years is so much easier. Like oh my god, dude, it's I get mad about thinking about that and shit. Like that first $100,000 in the portfolio was such a bitch. And then the minute you hit 100,000 and there's an impulsive wave, oh, look, magically your portfolio's on $300,000 or $250,000. You're like, what the fuck? Like, and then you're grinding for a while to get to the million, and once your portfolio hits $1 million, then the next million's like that. You're like,
Wait,
what the fuck?
Wait, Miguel, that literally happened. I was around like 80, 90, and then I fucking went to bed one morning, like one night, and I woke up like 120 something. And then, like next week was like 200.
I love hearing that.
Those are the best stories.
Yeah, but then of course, it ebbs and flows. Obviously, there's days where you're gonna be like, isn't it insane? Like, it's gonna get to a point where like you'll have days where on your portfolio where you lose more in one day than somebody makes in a year. Or in a week. And like I remember like when I was looking, my portfolio was small, and there was a big pump in the market, and then I was like, holy fuck, I made more money today than I did in my whole week of working. What the fuck? I was like, fucking crazy. Like, I should quit and just do this full time. Fuck no, that was retarded. Don't do that. but I mean, you get tempted. But yeah, for real, congratulations, Tyler, man. That's
awesome.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you, dude. That's really cool to hear. But it's the whole thing where like then it gets to the point where you're like, holy crap, you're earning more money. You're earning more money on a pump and stuff than you are in a than you do in like a month than a year back in your day. So you'll always be like, there's sort of a thing depending on how you guys make money. You guys will always like think about a pump and think, and at some point you'd be like, fuck, man, that's more than I made in 2 years in a day. Holy shit. Or like, yeah, and it really makes you think of money in such a different way and stuff. So like I totally get why like some people get numb to spending money and stuff at some points in their life, because you grow to this point where like a 20% move in your portfolio is like fucking insane. Yeah. Like, because once, like, think about this, right? Once your portfolio gets to $1.1 million, a 20% swings $220,000. So you can make $220,000 and just take 20 G's off the top, which is basically 1 or 2% of that move. Put that in your pocket, and every time you're up 20% on your portfolio, you just take a little off the top, and then you're just cash rolling your lifestyle with like 20 G's every couple months or every month, extra money, padding. Like
I have to get to that point. I absolutely have to do it.
Yeah. Let's see. BCC has helped me make a yearly pay in a month.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Love hearing that, man. Nice. I'm so happy for all the, I get DMs all the time. Me and Charlie are just dudes that are like, bro, man, I made my first million.
Oh,
I love hearing the stories. Yeah, those are my favorite. But yeah.
Hey,
you're definitely gonna hear it whenever it happens to me.
Oh no, bro.
when it comes to Illuvium,
yeah,
is it worth, like, for example, right now it's at say $1,300.
Yeah.
And it's going to go up to 19 and maybe come back to 15 or whatnot.
Right.
Is it worth selling it at 19 and then buying it back at 15? Or if you have it staked, just leave it staked and don't worry about it going up and down?
If you have it, or it depends on your cost basis, right? So if you got into Illuvium during the course, at some point, like I'm gonna announce at some point when I take profits on my Illuvium, right? But in terms of like you got in right now, like you basically, I mean, if you're swing trading, just you got to make sure is the amount big enough in money wise, in terms of like you also got to take into account that whatever you're selling, like the gas fees, basically, because right now the gas fees are actually pretty cheap right now. It's like 66 way, which is kind of low actually, kind of insane.
Yeah, it's a great time to be purchasing any ERC20.
Right.
Stuff.
So if you guys need to swap or buy stuff, now's the time. I don't think it's going to 40 Gwei, you guys.
Oh, it won't. I don't think so at all. 60 is a blessing already.
Yeah.
Yeah, conveniently, my bank is currently under maintenance.
Wait, when they're trying to stop
the gas fees are low right now? The gas fees are low right now?
Yeah, the gas fees are low.
They're good right now.
66 Gwei. That's low.
Maybe now's the time to let's say dump my Celsius token. Now that's been making me cry lately.
Oh, I know, dude. I know. I'm heartbroken over that motherfucker. But like, You know, I'm still holding my moon bag always. But sometimes you got to keep it moving. Like, you know, the beautiful thing is, like, it didn't rug on you. Like, the thing is, a lot of people, they recommend coins and they fucking go to zero all the time, dude. Like, even on some picks and stuff that, like, didn't do as well as I'd hoped and stuff. It still did really well from when I got into it, but, like, didn't do as well as I'd hoped. Like, it's an underperformance is better than fucking zero, because you can't do 100x on zero. You know what I mean? It's so true. Like, the worst thing in the world is, like, getting a complete fucking zero, dude. A complete rug, because, like, even if you lost 80% on a coin, you can keep it moving with that 20% you got left over, and then, like, grow that back and get yourself into, like, because crypto's the only place where you can get 5x's and 10x's and 3x's. Because, like, you do a 2x and a 2x and a 2x. I mean, it's a pretty significant amount of money. You know, it's quite a lot of money. That would be funny.
Right, you know.
Yeah, that would be hella funny.
You know what I've been?
Go ahead.
So, you know what I've been a salty bitch about lately?
What?
Gala. Because whenever you freaking recommended it, you recommended it in the course, and then I wasn't in the position to make a purchase right then, and then, like, the very next day it doubled. It was like, oh, damn it.
Yeah, I know. Gala's fucking up 20 fucking it. Like, all right, so I in terms of, like, just, like, the whole background of the team's legit, and as legit as you can get in crypto, and because we don't get very legit teams at all. We get fucking. So Gala was co-founded by one of the founders from Zynga, and basically those guys got started with, like, MySpace games. Then they took the MySpace game money, whatever they made, and they made Zynga games, and then they made Farmville Mafia Wars and stuff, which was anyone who was on Facebook early on, you would get those fucking requests to, like, hey, come look at my fucking stupid fucking farm. I'm like, okay, on fucking Facebook back in the day.
That was me.
Oh yeah, I don't miss that at all.
Yeah,
Mafia Wars was a dope game though.
Mafia was
It was. I was in it though. It was dope.
Yeah, no, I played.
I do not miss those notifications.
Yeah. But it's a sort of, here's what really bugged me about the fucking coin though, is I didn't buy any of the tokens myself personally. What I did is I bought the NFT. I bought the Miranda NFTs. I bought a lot of the Dark Elves. Now, when I say that out loud, it sounds fucking ridiculous when I say that out loud. That I bought fucking Dark Elves. But I bought a bunch of Miranda Dark Elves, and I've sold quite a bit of them. I just have 3 left, basically. And I'm pretty happy with it. Probably would have made more money just buying the token, if I'm just being honest. But, like, you know, profit's profit, so I ain't going to cry about it. It just is what it is. So I'm very happy everyone else got the huge giga pumps on my fucking face. But
that Coinbase listing.
Yeah, I expected a Coinbase listing, just not now. That was so soon. Like, I legitimately thought this thing was going to get listed on Coinbase like next year, basically, like middle of next year or something. Because obviously, look, so just to go back to the story, right? So obviously these guys are like one of the guys who started Zynga and made this game. He then hired a bunch of Fable 2 developers and a bunch of guys from BioShock, those Xbox games, basically. If you guys don't know what that is, like, goddamn bros, wow. But yeah, Fable's really good. Fable 2 is actually really good too. I like Fable 1 more, just because it's got childhood memories of it. But Fable 2 is pretty good too. And then BioShock's amazing. So they a lot of those guys there are some of the developers they hired. They're essentially making all these tokens, and then each of these tokens have their own. It's basically what Illuvium is doing in a way, where they they try to bring revenue back. Except the Gala token, what's going on with at least with the Gala token, from what I can tell, is the Gala. All right, so what's going on with the Gala token is the Gala token. They're probably afraid that they may have accidentally created a security. So when you start reading into like what's going on with Gala, they have all this shit of saying like, "Hey, we're not going to pump the fuck out of this. Never. It's going to be a spending token. As much of like they had all this. They were self-fudding their own token like crazy everywhere. If you read into everything, so I was like, fuck. So I was like, God damn it. So I was like, so what I was afraid of is like, so I thought like, okay, I think this token's actually going to run at some point, but I actually think that the actual NFTs and some of the actual in-game products are probably going to pump harder just because if they end up cucking out Gala, the actual in-game games will probably do really well. But what happened is fucking Coinbase listing, and then it just giga chat pumps, and then we ended up going into an entire meta. So like I was telling Charlie in quarter 3 and quarter 4 and stuff, like I'm starting to sniff out, like we're starting to get game pumps basically. Like we're starting to get the meta. I wasn't calling it the metaverse, but I was calling it like we're starting to get the whole GameFi kind of popping basically. So I was like, shit, we need to have an allocation of game coins into the courses and stuff. So I expected Gala, like worst case, to maybe do a 3-4x and stuff. Did I expect it to go to 56 cents and 70 cents? No, I did fucking not. So anyone who got that pump, you guys, commend you guys. Fuck yeah.
I would have had it.
But this is why I always say too. I had some guys that sold it really early. I always tell you guys, moonbag. This is why, because this is crypto. Out of nowhere, you can your coin. You sell all your coin, and then the rest of it just giga chat pumps, and you're like, oh my fucking god. And like, even if you kept 20% of your original bag and it did something like Gala did, you're just like, fuck, I just like 3x what I sold for the other coins, the other 80% of the bag. Like, holy shit. And then you're at least like content to the point where you're like, well, I sold it early, but fuck, I still made some good money. I made like 4 or 5 cents of my money, 6 times like my money. So I'll live with that basically. And then, I'm pretty happy with all the guys too. And too, like I was telling people about Gala, and then I was leaning like if you actually watch the courses, I was like heavily saying like Illuvium, and fucking almost like the whole course just aped into Gala instead of Illuvium because of fucking unit bias. Because at the time Illuvium was fucking $480, $500 per coin, and here's Gala at like a penny to 4 cents. So they're like 4 cents. So everyone apes into But it worked out, so oh well. It just is what it is. So I'm happy for everyone who made all that money. So I mean, if in comparison, right? Obviously, like Illuvium only really went up, and since then, like we're up 3x basically. And Gala, let's see, Gala's up 30. No, I guess 90 days. Let's go September.
You mentioned it at 4 cents, so it's more than
Yeah, it's done at 10. It's basically up right now. It's about like 15x basically. Yeah, 15x, but its all-time high was about 82 cents. So, yeah. So doing pretty good on that, basically. So congrats for everybody. You guys are holding your coins. Yeah, the metaverse coins are going to do pretty well, basically. I do expect a little more of a pump on Illuvium, but it does sometimes hurt. Like the big price per token does hurt the price pumping sometimes, because it kind of like guys who don't have as much money are like, do I really want to just expend my $1,500 on just one token, or do I get like, watch this, like $1,500? Yeah. But do I want 28,000? So then people, when people do the math on stuff, they're like, okay, I think I put one extra zero.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like,
my bad. Yeah, my bad. So actually, no, I'll put the extra zero. So let's just say, like, this is the mental. So let's just say this is like when the price is 5 cents. Okay. So people are like, yo, if I put $1,500 into Gala and I've got 28 that, and Gala goes to $1, I'll have $28,000. Dude, that's fucking awesome. And then they do the same math with that, and they're just like one token, and then their imagination can't go that far, basically, is what it is. Because with this, it's really simple, because you're like, dude, what if, like, this is what people are doing with like stuff like Shiba and shit, like where is Shiba? Oh my god. Yeah, Shiba Inu. Yeah, sure, Shiba, right? So they're going like this, and they're like $1,500. Yo, dude, if this goes to $1, bro, like, bro, I'm paid. So, this is like some of the like, or like they'll be like, dude, if this goes to like 10 cents or like 2 cents, bro, dude, I'm out here, bro.
People say $1. People think there's people who think it's going to go to $1.
Oh,
you're right the first time.
That's insane.
No, it's so funny that you say that though, because like I literally meet up with a group of guys, like entrepreneurs and everything, every week, and they don't know anything about crypto, and they literally say stuff just like that. They're like, bro, if it goes to like $1.
Though I can't shit on this too much and shit, because I was kind of doing the same math with Hex back in the day. So I mean, I can't completely.
No, I get it. I just think it's funny.
Yeah, but it was super early on Hex. Like Hex, right now is like what? 15 cents, right? So back in the day, this was like 0.000 like that or something. So it was pretty insane how low Hex was back in the day. But there wasn't that many of us as well. So there was a lot of us in the beginning, and then about 4 weeks in, fucking dropped like flies. It was crickets on Hex. So basically, a lot of the guys who were just like trying to get in on a quick pump or like get on a quick ICO, basically got into Hex. And then of course the first week, obviously the first 2 days were like the worst deals, and then it just kept getting better and better and better. And then by the time everyone kind of fucked off after 3-4 weeks, a month, those are all the real Hexagons buying it up and stuff. And then it wasn't like 10,000 of us. It was like fucking like 2,000 or 2,000 of us. That's it. Like, that's it. So anyone who got really, really rich on Hex from early on, they totally fucking deserve it. Because man, it was rough, bro. It was rough. It was just like, it was back in the day. It was just me. Like I was one of the first 4 YouTubers on Hex back in the day. So it was the first real YouTuber for Hex was Hexologist, of course. Then it was me and RG3 with the Discourse Syndicate, and then a Crypto Coffee, which is the other guy I recommended earlier in the stream. So we were essentially the 4 original streamers of Hex for basically the entirety of it from the beginning up until like the AA when it ended and stuff, and then a couple more months into it and stuff. Some of us just like a Hexologist basically went like 500 days straight. He streamed every day for 500 days. So shout out to the Hexologist. Me and the Discourse Syndicate, we started somewhere in March of 2020, maybe February of 2020, and we streamed every three times a week for like 3-4 hour streams for like ever, man. I was like, it was fucking crazy. We'd stream Monday, Wednesday, Fridays for 3-4 hours. So I was streaming on Hex for about anywhere from 9 to 12 hours a week on Hex, and then on the weekends going to do Moon Gang with Charlie. And then doing my own streams and my own what's it called, podcasts and stuff, because I used to have a podcast back in the day, and that was like, so I was literally, so I would literally I had literally like a full-time job just streaming afterwards on Hex, and then doing stuff with Charlie and stuff and everything. That was before all the courses or any of that stuff. So like, yeah, so true. Like I that's why I got a lot of respect for anyone who was in Hex back in the day, because for a while when the price was going sideways on Hex, there was a point in time where there was like 4 months where like Hex wasn't moving in price. It was just sideways, dude. It was death, bro. It was so boring. Like me and RG3 would be on stream and we couldn't get a fucking guest to save our lives. So we'd go on stream with like me and RG3 would go on stream and stuff, and then we'd be like talking about Hex. Hey, what's going on, RG3? What's going on, bro? So we were talking about Hex and stuff for that, and about 20 minutes in, we're out of material, and then we're just talking about shit and balls.
Oh my
And
god.
Miguel, speaking of having guests,
Yeah.
This is from one of your past streams. If a guy sucks your dick, does that make you
All
good?
right, hey, hold on. What are we done? What?
The answer is yes.
Booger sugar over here.
Yo, that
man.
shit was crazy as hell. What the hell?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Man, I wish I would have known about your channel back then. It was like, makes me want to punch myself in the balls, man.
No, I wasn't that big. Trust me, I wasn't that big of a channel. And then I'll tell you the truth, back in the day, I was a podcaster, actually, not a YouTuber. So I had a podcast called Crypto Gamble Podcast, and then one day it just got deleted. I don't know how it got deleted, so I lost like maybe 8 or 9 episodes. I was like, what the fuck? And then I just restarted another podcast called Dollar Cost Crypto, where my name comes from. And I started doing this whole, because my name was Litecoin Moses back in the day. So imagine like me going into the Hex community with Litecoin Moses, like, bro, like, but so I would, yeah. But yeah, hindsight's always 20/20, you guys. Like, it really is. Sick pump back to 15 cents. Not surprised. Nice cock, bro. Yeah, not surprised, you know?
Hey, Miguel. So now that you're with the homies and everything,
yeah,
are you willing to reveal what that dog coin is that you're looking into something? This might be something.
All right, I'll let you. Just because it's just us by ourselves right now, you know, not that we're on live stream, just because we were in a private room right now and nobody's here. Okay, I'll let you guys know. So I was thinking about this coin. I bought some of it, but I haven't bought a lot of it and stuff. I just thought it was kind of funny. It was called Dog, which is basically the NFT. It was basically the guy, what is that fucking thing called? So basically, they sold the actual picture of the Dogecoin NFT at Christie's for about $60-80 million. Someone bought it, made a token, fractionalized it, and made a token out of it. Yeah. So I was like, so what the project's trying to do? They launched it on Sushi Swap and stuff on their bento box, and what they were planning to do was they wanted to pump the fuck out of this token so they could say that the Dogecoin NFT was worth more than the Mona Lisa. So obviously it hasn't done. I mean, it hasn't done very well. I mean, the price launched at about a penny and some change and shit, and right now I think it's actually below where it actually ICO'd at and stuff. So
yeah, I figured it out that was the one. You never said it, and I bought some of that shit.
Well, that's why I kept saying like, yeah, it's a dog coin. If you go back on my streams and stuff, I was kind of hinting at it. It was like, yeah, I'm like thinking about getting into a dog coin.
You're sure.
So yeah, I'm not saying you guys go buy this shit, but this is basically like, I thought it was funny because like at some point this could, where's dog? Yeah, dog NFT. This one right here. Hey, it might it's like $5 million under what they paid for the fucking painting, I think, or the picture actually, which is kind of funny.
Now, if that goes to $1, I'm in the money. I know it.
All right, come to Ethan.
So I mean, I got kind of honey dicked a little bit with this thing too, because I was like, I mean, dude, trust me, I literally don't have, I barely have any money in this, so it's like literally like pocket change, like nothing really. So the reason that fucking made me laugh to even buy a little bit of this coin, because I was like, this is stupid. This is retarded. Sometimes I think like this is retarded enough to work, So okay, right now it's about 1.1 pennies basically, and it was the one meme coin with the most fundamentals, because it actually you could own a piece of the actual painting essentially, or the actual picture of it. So the original Dogecoin picture was like some lady on a blog who took a picture of her dog, and the dog ended up having the Doge face on it, and that's where it all comes from. So she sold the rights to her actual the photo of Doge and then sold it at Christie's, and then they bought it basically. And then I think it must have been some guy from Sushi Swap who bought it, and then they tokenized it and they sold it on the bento box, which is fucking funny. So I'm just saying, like, if during the dog, if all the dog coins and everything starts going crazy and shit, this is so stupid that like it could actually pump off of everyone going bananas over it, like the Dogecoin painting is now worth more than the fucking Mona Lisa. It's $1 billion asset, and then you end up getting all the news saying like, this is such bullshit. The Dogecoin picture should not be worth more than the Mona Lisa, and the fucking and the Jesus Christ painting and all this stuff, and then it'll pump even harder, and then me and the rest of us were like, as we run away with the money. But that's
this is a little bit confusing, though.
Yeah.
This is a little bit confusing though, because like the Doge NFT, but it's not an NFT because it is fungible. It's fungible, right?
Yeah, they bought the photo, and then they essentially have it stored somewhere, and then they have it actually fraction. They have a coin fractionalization of it. It's kind of meh,
right?
But like out of anything, the story. I wasn't buying it because like, oh my god, I think the picture's worth so much money. The story. It's a meme in the story itself, in terms like this is actually something you can make a news story about if they actually did something, basically. So yeah, so that's kind of I'm not saying you guys ape into this shit. If you guys want to buy a little bit of sugar and stuff, I don't. It could probably not perform for a really long time, because right now the dog coins are out of fashion right now. LOL. So yeah.
So what do you think is going to be the next trending topic? So there was the metaverse. And then there was the DAOs, and then what do you think is going to be the next one?
Maybe L2s, but the thing is, a lot of the L2s don't really have a lot of like coins. Basically, that's the problem. That's like it might be like a lot of I don't know. I think there's a bit of an error right now with Ethereum starting to if you actually look at the Bitcoin ratio right now, so it's like dominance right now. 20% dominance of Ethereum to the total market cap of crypto, and then 38%. So basically, like Ethereum's been catching up to Bitcoin heavy. in market cap. It's not. I think it's done pretty well. Like this whole, like basically up until like when Bitcoin hit about $50,000, like basically ETH has been the coin to hold for the big money, big money stuff. Like so if you just look at the market caps right now, you have $500 billion, $500 billion, 900. So basically this just is a 2x and this flips Bitcoin off the jump. And if you actually look at it right now, like everything crashed. This was 50,000 and some change, 3,000. And this earlier was like 57 to 53. It's back to to $4,200 basically. So this is recovered even better. I mean, look at it, just off of this right here. That's a little bit more of an angle up than this. So more people are buying Ethereum right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look at the ETH BTC chart, it's like Ethereum's doing great.
Mm-hmm. In terms of narrative, what's going on? Like Ethereum just has a better narrative right now, right? It's going to go to proof of stake, even if the gas fees don't get fixed, which are not going to get fixed, at least not in the near term, in the next 3 months or something like that. You're having this whole thing where like at some point they're going to have the merge. Once the merge happen, actually Ethereum is deflationary, 100% deflationary. Nothing crazy like 1 million tokens per year. If we're lucky, if it goes bananas, it's like 3 million tokens per year. But technically, you can't say Bitcoin's not deflationary. It's inflationary technically.
Okay.
So small inflation, but still, when Ethereum's gonna be like, we're actually we're a deflationary. They're gonna be pushing that whole narrative, super money, super liquid money. Like all the guys from Bankless, whatever the fuck they post that, like they're gonna be like, super liquid money, this and all this shit. Ethereum, God, think killer and shit. And so it's going to have this narrative pump at some point, and it's like Ethereum. It's just got to do a 2x. It's like we're just asking it just to limp across the finish line. It's nothing crazy,
Yeah.
but it is a lot of money too because it's like $500 billion fucking dollars. I mean, obviously, to double it, you don't need $500 billion to pump it, but you probably need like $80 billion to pump it.
Sure.
So, so you need $80 billion, maybe a little bit less than that, 50 billion, 80 billion, and within a certain period of time, and as long as everyone's kind of HODLing, it'll just launch up basically.
The flipping, okay.
Yeah, and then two trader-ish. What's going to happen is some people who hold Bitcoin are going to betray Ethereum, sell their Bitcoin. So you're asking, where does some of the money come from? Well, other Bitcoiners too. So some of the shitcoiners a lot of the shitcoiners are gonna sell some coins to buy Ethereum while it's pumping, and some of the Bitcoiners will be like, "Yo, bro, I'll be able to buy more Bitcoin." So they sell their Bitcoin, pump Ethereum, and probably cause the flipping on themselves. But like, hey, one Bitcoin's one Bitcoin, bro, and it's like that. But like, and it's gonna fuck the market up a little bit when it happens. And I think I'm barely seeing now on Twitter, like people are starting to take it a little more serious now that ETH could actually flip Bitcoin. But dude, I've been saying this shit since like 2019. Like, of course, it's gonna happen at some point. Duh. Like like Ethereum did flip Bitcoin for a little bit. So it happened in the last cycle where you had the actual like fully diluted market cap. Which it wasn't really, it's kind of shitty. Like, honestly, it was like, but like you had the fully diluted, if all the coins of Ethereum were out at the time, then its market cap was bigger than Bitcoin, but it was kind of bullshit, honestly. But it technically, I guess, in fully diluted market cap, that was just Ethereum people just grasping at straws, basically. But legitimately now, when it does flip Bitcoin, you can't say shit. There's no way to say it's bullshit, basically. I don't expect it to hold the market cap for very long, maybe anywhere between a day to 3-4 days, basically. And then we'll get a flipping back, and bro, Ethereum is gonna fucking crater down too, and so will Bitcoin too, because that will shock the fuck out of the market. So we're probably gonna get a really nasty dip after that. But if you're stacking Bitcoin and Ethereum, you're gonna be earning a lot. Like let's just say you flip your Ethereum for a bunch of Bitcoin, and then Ethereum takes a shit down to maybe like a quarter of the market cap of Bitcoin, you can just buy back all your Ethereum. You got all your Ethereum back, and you got all this fucking nice Bitcoin, and you're just like gold grilling. Just like, so it's just a chance to get super wealthy, but pay your taxes, of course.
It's going to be pretty entertaining. It's going to be pretty entertaining to watch the Bitcoin maximalists during that time. They're going to be crying in their beer for like one moment, and then dancing on what they think is Ethereum's grave the next moment.
Yeah, Yeah, they're good.
Like Max Kaiser is calling Ethereum a shitcoin. Like, really?
Yeah. I mean, it's just narrative shit. Like they know it gets the rise out of people and stuff. Like I don't think they're that retarded to like actually believe that stuff like it. Well, I mean, maybe. I mean, who knows?
Maybe,
but I guess when you're super rich, you just really don't have to do. It's so fucking like I was telling you when you don't have much money, you have to do everything to try to get money. When you're super wealthy, you just got to do like, and you get more money. It's so fucked how the game works. But like, if you're worth hundreds of millions of dollars, you just accidentally trip on money. They're like, oh fuck, I fell into another million. Oh no, like it's like so stupid. It's like it's crazy. Like if you're really worth $100 million right now, imagine you get $100 million portfolio in crypto. You would just all you'd have to do is just buy everything, and then like, oh look, millions, wow. Like that's it. It's like super. It's not hard, basically. But yeah, you really gotta fucking. Oh my god, you really gotta fuck up bad to lose all your money. Like, damn, bro, that's crazy. But yeah, but I mean, obviously that's where the all in thing gets a little dangerous too. Because if that one thing you're all in on goes to fucking, you're done. Like, imagine losing 100 million all invested. Like, imagine if like you're all 100 million into BTC and it fucking it finally died or some shit. Ugh. That'd be horrible. I don't think that'll happen because it'll always even if Bitcoin went to $1,000, I'd probably buy like 1 million of them for fun or some shit. I'd be like, I got 1 million BTC in my wallet, you guys, or some shit like that. So like, there's no way Bitcoin's actually going to go zero unless there's actually like a method, some sort of a error or something where like literally you couldn't even trade it anymore. That'd be something different. But as long as it's still a free market and stuff and it just moves around, it won't go to zero.
Yeah, I really doubt Bitcoin will ever die, as long as it's not like somehow hacked, because the consensus network, as much as people shit on proof of work, like the proof of work is the thing that keeps it alive. Like that's the thing that makes it not be able to go to zero.
They say that, but that's a bunch of bullshit. No, the proof of work is such crap. Such bullshit. It's like Richard says this all the time, but it's fucking like security theater in a way. I understand why everyone's behind it because like you have all the security and stuff. No nation could take control of it and stuff and everything. But eventually, like I believe this now. I may be chastised over this and stuff if this ever gets recorded. So hey, from the future. But like basically, what I think is going to happen over time, not now, but like 2040s, 2050s, is that eventually the Bitcoin mining reward is so small that there's really not much of incentive unless so if the Bitcoin price ever stagnates at a certain point and the mining rewards are so tiny that there's really not much of an incentive to actually have it other than governments controlling it. So what could happen is over time big corporations and governments will start controlling. Like you see right now, like El Salvador is starting to mine it, right? A lot of United States miners are going to mine it. So even the governments don't even have to own it. A bunch of them, if all the mega corporations control it, the mega corporations are all like Illuminati shit, of course, already. So they can just if they have all the mining power, they can just coordinate together and say, hey, all the inactive wallets in BTC, let's just put that right back on top. So what's going to happen is you're going to like there's something like 3 to 4 million BTC that are lost forever. They'll probably end up they're just trying to they'll just like slowly sort of like ease it on the crowds. Hey, these coins haven't moved in the last 25 years. How about we just take all these coins that just like it's Bitcoin that Satoshi said should exist. Why don't we just put it right back on the top of the stack? And then all the nations that are reliant on some of that mining revenue, if it's still around like that, they'll be like, yeah, let's do it. And it gets passed, and they'll pass it. So like, you guys, in 2 years, just do one transaction. We won't disappear your coins back into the top of the mining stack. And then that's what's going to happen is that the nations and all the big corporations who control the mining algorithms or all the mining rigs will take that Bitcoin, put it right back on top, and then give themselves a really nice. There'll be an inflation rate that's pretty nice for everybody, and everyone's like, woo! And then the economy will do really well. And then what's going to happen is if we are in a sort of a crypto nation like that, they'll get addicted to that flow, and then what will happen is once those coins run out, what happens at that point? Everyone who has coins at that point, there's not enough coins of like inactive wallets to be sizable. There'll be a couple 100,000 inactive coins, but it's not enough. So what do they do? How about you guys? What do we do? What if we make Bitcoin inflate just 2% a year forever? And then the whole world's going, no. They'll just honey dick it for 10 years and then finally say, like, we need to do it because the economies of the world need this. If Bitcoin really does take over like that, then Bitcoin's going to keep inflating. They'll just say, okay, I know that's not what Satoshi wanted, but this is a different world, blah blah blah. This, and then they'll media storm it across the world. If we actually do the Bitcoin dream of like Bitcoin taking over the world, eventually it'll get corporate. Because at the end of the day, who's using Bitcoin? It's humans. It's who else? Like, of course, it's humans. So what'll happen is that they'll just say we'll put an inflation rate, and Bitcoin will probably have a permanent inflation rate. It won't be 21 million coins. They'll just keep inflating forever. Because like, of course, because right now it's so fucking expensive. Like you literally have to have a couple $1 million to start mining BTC to be profitable, unless you have free electricity. So like, and it's going to keep going up in price because the competition in the hash rate keeps going higher and higher and higher, and they keep coming out with better ASICs. To mine with like SHA-256. So of course, only the super mega wealthy or the big mega corporations or the nations will be able to actually afford to even mine BTC. So those are the people that are going to fucking bastardize it at some point.
Yep.
So yeah, that's a bit of a complex sort of. Yeah,
that's kind of my.
Yeah,
big thing.
that's why. So you're saying they're gonna take the stagnant coins and feed them back into the mining rewards, right?
Which will probably pass at some point, because the mining reward after a couple more halvings, it's gonna be pretty bullshit returns. I mean, really, it's like not that. It's like we're at 1.8. Like right now, the inflation rate of BTC is 1.87. So the next halving, it's going to be like worse than that. It's going to be like 0.9 something. Then the next halving is like 0.45. Another halving after that, until eventually it's like 1/10% per year. That I have 21 million. It's like no BTC. So and then too, like, and here's another thing that's kind of fucked up with BTC. That like you could have a million. You could have a million. I literally, let's just say I had 1 million BTC in my wallet. I can't do anything to Bitcoin. So some people don't like that, but I also understand the whole thing with the mining system as well. But coin ownership has nothing to do with actually controlling or actually voting or doing anything as well. And this is one leg up that I do give to Ethereum, but like there's this Hindu guy, I forgot his fucking name. He's really fucking funny. I mean, he says some really funny shit where like, democracy is a nation controlled by the people. The people vote for them, but except the people are retarded. So it's like if you actually have a true democracy, the average person's not that they're like really stupid. It's more like they're just uninformed, that they'll make pretty terrible decisions and stuff. But at the same time too, then you also don't want to have a nation where it's controlled by just the rich elite in a way. So like, I'm not saying the United States did this perfectly when they first, because like when the United States was first founded, it was a republic. It wasn't really a democracy. You had to be a white land owning person in order to vote, basically. So you had to basically these people count, and then they have to be a stakeholder by owning land. But it wasn't even that hard to even own that much land back in the day. I guess if you were white and shit, because they were just giving land away for free back in the day anyway. So you always got to think about it like if you think of it, like I sometimes think in history and back in if everything was like an ICO or a coin. So basically, let's go to this new fucking this new blockchain or whatever. Let's go over here. Let's work over here and stuff. We'll get a bunch of free land. And then we get all these free tokens, and then basically a bunch of these people have been living off these free tokens. They got them forever, and they've been selling off real estate and shit. Really to stay rich. So it's pretty.
Well, that's where the terminology "stake" came from. You'd stake a claim.
Yeah, it's still a republic of the United States. Yeah. But
democracy is two wolves and a sheep voting on what's for dinner.
So it's like, so I because I've heard Vitalik kind of like talk about this in terms of like talk about like the proof of stake versus proof of work and all this other stuff. Like it at the end of the day, it does become proof of money in a way. But at the very least, like you're right, like with mining, when you have proof of work, right, it becomes sort of like uneconomically feasible. Right. If it was feasible, me and Charlie would probably teach you guys essentially how to mine on BTC or mine coins, because it's like, yeah, dude, mining is a great revenue source, but most people, it's too much of a hassle. It becomes a big part of it becomes a good job, and on top of that, like a good chance you're gonna lose a lot of your money and stuff. And then you have all these electrical costs. And I've actually had I have a friend of mine and 2 people who took in the courses before were like they've had their house. One of the guys had their house burned down from mining. The other guy almost had their house burned down, and my buddy who's in Hex with me fucking destroyed all the electrical wiring in his house. like that, just from mining in his. It got to the point where like he was shutting off. He didn't even have like his stove attached or anything. He was taking electricity from the stove in order to mine to get enough juice to power all the stuff he was mining. So, you know, there's a lot of that stuff basically. So yeah, that's
he just needed. I think he just needed some electrical understanding.
Well, yeah, you know, but people, you're just trying to make money on what you have, and you're just like, you're incrementally pushing it. You probably start with one miner, and then you're just trying to do as many as you can at some point, you know. And then
I still want to set up a solar powered mine, Bitcoin mining operation, but I think probably that this is not the right timing for it. That like in the bear market is the right time to buy ASIC miners, right?
The what?
In the bear market is the time to buy the mining equipment, right?
Well, yeah, because the prices are down, so miners are becoming unprofitable. So you're able to buy it on discount. You just got to. The thing is with the mine, if you were to get into mining, hopefully you're buying the most up to date miners that people are going underwater on, and their misfortune is your profit basically, because you have new capital. But you just gotta. It can be unprofitable for a while. So it's like a lot of it has to do with your energy costs as well. Like honestly, I don't recommend mining at all.
Right, but I'm gonna power them with solar panels. So technically, other than the cost of the equipment, the energy is free.
So it might be worth it. Yeah, I mean, it could be worth it. Just you got to be on top of yourself. I should be careful saying this.
Yeah, because I've got a shop. I've got a big metal building. I want to cover the whole roof of it with solar panels and just run a bunch of miners.
Well, I don't think it's gonna be that profitable, dude. Unless you've got unless you've got a gigantic. I mean, it's got to be because I don't know how much your solar panels. I know solar panels are getting cheaper and cheaper as time goes on, but it's only so much power basically. So you might be able to power a couple of ASICs and stuff and everything like that, but you're not generating that much money. I mean, dude, it's just just by I'm really trying not to be rude on this stuff because I get this argument all the time. It's just basically Miguel, I want to find a way to make passive income. I'd rather you buy fucking T-chairs and stake them. That'd be more passive income than fucking dealing right off the top. Seriously, I was because the one thing I do like about when you do learn how to mine is that you do learn more about, you become more technically savvy in terms of how to use computers. You can set up all the shops and stuff. You're watching the Bitcoin price. You're overclocking your machines and shit. So you're actually becoming more technically proficient in blockchain. But money wise, anyone I've met, I've met very few miners that have told me bro, I'm so happy I got into mining. They just lost me. They would be bro, he's like, I don't want to dox my friend, but he's like, bro, I just wish I just fucking plowed all that money into Hex, or I just plowed all that money into ETH, bro. I'd be fucking multi-millionaire now. So now every time, basically the guys who are rich off of mining were already they kept scaling up and got to this gigafactory size, and they don't talk to any of us. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Right. So if the thing is it's if you don't keep in that mining game, if you don't keep leveling up, then you're just gonna fall off and you're gonna be outcompeted and destroyed. Because what's going on is it's almost like you're getting into this whole world of monopolization where the big imagine everyone starts with the same farms, but your farm you're just running your farm at a really high rate, and you're able to buy the next farm over. Now you're twice as big as a farm, and then it's a thing where you're just rehypothecating faster than everyone else until eventually you're just buying up all the competition, and then in order to get rid of your competition, you drive the hash rate prices or it's that sort of thing where you end up it's basically it's in a way it's almost all the people who are mining are almost in a giant liquidity pool LP farming. And you're just putting more and more money in every day, which is lowering the APY for everyone else. But because you have so much of the pool, you're getting so much of the rewards, so you're just able to afford to do it. So there's a couple miners out here that are just fucking raking everybody else over the fire, basically. So either you're super low cost and you're just you're okay on crumbs, or you're like the guys in the middle just get fucked, basically. Yeah, voice right. So you're better off running nodes or something like that, or just proof of stake. That's why proof of stake is better, because there's guys who have a shit ton of Kusama, right? Like 100,000 Kusama earning like fucking like you stake 100,000 if you had 100,000 Kusama, 100,000 Kusama, you have it staked out, earning 21% per year. You're earning 20,000 Kusama per year passively. How much work did I have to do? Just like sitting here with my dick in my hand. That's it. So
no technical machines or anything.
People just always.
Wouldn't it be kind of cool though? Wouldn't it be kind of cool though to utilize both proof of stake and proof of work, where you're on the proof of work mining equipment, the money that's coming from that is literally being staked on proof of stake chains.
Yeah, you can do proof of stake. So if you're interested in it, just do it. Do it. Just don't waste all your 90% of your money to be buying coins. Whatever you think.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like I've got $10,000 allocated into doing this. Just then that's all you put in. Then the rest of your money should be buying coins, because I mean no fucking disrespect when I'm about to say this, man. But I've had this conversation so many fucking times with people. Like, fuck, man, I've had this conversation like 40 fucking times already about people telling me about mining, and this is what it is. At the end of the day, you're being fucking cheap because you don't want to fucking wait. Like you feel like you're not buying enough coins, basically, and you feel like you're like. But so you're trying to it's a bunch of dudes that are being cheap, that are trying to just spend a little bit of money here so they can just get coins for free forever. But that's not going to work unless the system is doing that for you, right? The reason you can keep earning APY and stuff is because you're earning inflation rewards. And the reason you're getting paid that is because you're not dumping your coins. So while you're staked, you're not selling, because you're not selling, you're getting the rewards. That's the incentive structure,
right?
So you're just it's just an opportunity cost. Just buy the fucking coins every fucking time. Like it's just
If I do it, I'm gonna just do it as a hobby.
Yeah, it's
I guess
because I promise you, the hobby's you're gonna keep making less money every time. Every 4 years, you're gonna get less money. I promise. You keep mining Bitcoin every 4 years, you're getting less money. Like unless you just keep all the Bitcoin there, you just keep it all. If you just take all, if you have zero costs, then it is profitable, I guess. If just off the bat you just get an ASIC and your electricity is free and you just mined it forever and you kept all the Bitcoin rewards forever, then it's profitable, because then the Bitcoin will grow over time in price. But at some point you're going to spend extra money and time just managing it and shit, and where you could have just the time you spent managing that shit, you could have found another coin or just found something else, or just worked a couple more hours, and you'd be fucking better off anyway. But hey, man, that's just my. I mean, I don't know nothing, so whatever. Yeah. Yeah. No, but dude, but if you're passionate, just do it, man. I mean, shit, man. Just do whatever interests you, man. Because shit, I could be wrong. You could end up. Be cool.
I definitely respect your opinion, your view on this, for sure. And like I said, if I do it, I'll just consider it a hobby, and it'll be a small amount of the money that I'm in crypto with. Yeah.
No, definitely, man. You guys have any final questions, man? We're about to hit 3 fucking hours, bro.
Man. Oh, that's crazy.
Hey, Miguel.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, Miguel, can you talk about the Illuvium land sale?
Yeah, for sure, bro. Oh, yeah. So the Illuvium land sale is happening.
Hey, can you talk about the Illuvium land sale?
Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you. Yeah, so the Illuvium land sale is happening. It's the dates as there are right now. They could move, right? Kieran can move the dates. January 2nd to January 3rd. Okay? That's what he said. Now, the way you can buy land is in 2 ways. You can buy it with Ethereum or SILV. You cannot buy it with Illuvium token. So let me say it again. You can only buy it with Ethereum or SILV, which is synthetic Illuvium token, which you can only get by claiming your Illuvium rewards in SILV. But when you claim those rewards in SILV, you're permanently burning that Illuvium token forever. The SILV token can only be used to buy in-game items of Illuvium or any of the Illuvium games that are created in the future, basically. So for all the SILV that's created, you're actually deflating the total supply of Illuvium. and Illuvium's total supply is 1 million, so there's going to be less than 1 million. Then 10 million. I'm sorry, it'll be less than 10 million tokens over time. So where you can buy SILV is on Uniswap, not SushiSwap. I don't know why. So do not buy SILV on SushiSwap. You will fucking get so much impermanent. You get so much slippage. It's insane. It's so stupid. They have all their money on SushiSwap, and you can't buy SLV on SushiSwap, which I found that weird. But you just buy it on Uniswap, basically. Here, I can actually show. Let me see if I can show you guys something. So, being the last little thing about the land sales, just so I can explain this, because I think.
Do you recommend?
You guys could probably make some money on this.
Do you recommend buying more tier 1 and tier 2 lands as opposed to?
Oh, versus like tier 3. Yeah, I would probably say buy tier 2s over tier 1s, just because they literally have 2 times
tier 3 land. Because the.
Yeah, I would probably say buy tier. The lag is
there's a major lag right there.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing. Okay. So I guess so in terms of like buy what you can, basically. So what Kieran did with the land sale is, even if you could get lucky and your land can be in the middle of Mega Whale's land, and he'll have to fucking buy you out for hella cash, because what happens is, like, let's just say in order to make a super plot, you have to have like 20 lands. You could be the one piece of land in that mega land, and basically he's gonna have to offer you a shit ton of money to get you the fuck off his land, so he can start making a shit ton of more money, basically. So since all the lands are randomized, you could just get lucky and be next to the Giga Chad whale, and he'll have to make some sort of deal. So even if you buy a tier 1 land, a tier 2 land, if you hold out like, I ain't selling my land, there's no way. Here's $500,000. Here, take it. So there's gonna be a lot of that stuff, basically. So just kind of buy what you can afford. Be careful. So what's gonna happen? Be careful. It's gonna be a Dutch auction. So the price starts. So I'll repost it on the Telegram chat in a minute once I find the picture. But the starting price for a land for the tier 1 land is half an Ethereum. Post it on the Telegram chat in a minute once I find the picture. Yeah, it's half an Ethereum. So but it goes down by 2% every minute. So it's going to start at that price and just keep going down until somebody bites it, basically. First come, first serve. So the first couple auctions of the tier 1s, the tier 4s, all the way to tier 5s are going to be stupid expensive. Then eventually people will figure it out, like, oh, fuck, there's a lot of land. There's 20,000 lands for sale. Holy shit. Then the prices will come down to something like 3. So I personally think a tier 1 land will be somewhere between $500 to $1,000. Okay? So that means if it's half an Ethereum, so the tier 1 lands are going to go for about $2,500 to $2,000. Okay. Thinking where we're at right now, we're probably going to be closer to a $4,800 price to maybe $5,000 Ethereum price by January. So that means $2,500 starting price for tier 1 land. That's a ripoff. So it's just going to keep going down. Eventually, the back half of the lands are going to, like, once we get halfway through the sale, you'll be able to snipe some lands for like $1,000, basically $800, $500. So if you're just not catching, just keep watching the auction, and then eventually you'll be able to launch it. The next one, right, which is the tier 2 land, I think it's about 1 Ethereum, which is $4,500. So obviously you'll be able to snag a land for $2,000, maybe $1,800, I think. So I think the tier 2 lands bang for buck are probably the best if you can afford it. If in terms of the least for money, the tier 3s, I like the tier 3s because you get an extra bonus, like it's called an elemental spring, which it basically gives you extra like elements and stuff. Then the element names are really stupid. Like I gotta look at my notes right here. I wrote all this shit down because like some of these names are so stupid. I just couldn't. Like I was like some of the names are like the element names are pretty cool, but the gas names, like let me find the names of it.
It'll make someone who's dyslexic like me struggle, man.
Oh, dude, it made me struggle, man. I'm dyslexic as well. ADD and everything. So let's see.
What about buying in different regions?
So here's the element types. So in terms of elements, there's 3 elements. There's carbon, silicon, and hydrogen. Pretty standard issue. All right, those are good names. Now you have fuel. You have krypton, Hyperion, and Solion. Like, bro, what?
Sounds like a Pokemon.
in terms of element sites, so just a tier 1 land has 3 element sites, 1 fuel site. Tier 2 land has 6 element sites. That's a 2x. A 2x in actual element, in element sites, and 3 fuel sites. So basically, a tier 2 has 3 times more fuel than tier 1. Okay, simple math. Tier 3 has 9, so that's a 50% increase from tier 2. Fuel has so a tier 3 has 6 fuel sites, which is a 2x from tier 2. So basically, but the tier 3 has something interesting, which is the element landmark, which is an extra emitter of elements. So I think bang for buck, basically buying a tier 2 or tier 3 is pretty good, except I know tier 3s and tier 4s are going to be expensive. So just maybe you might get lucky and buy one at the end of the auction and just snipe it like for something because people are running out of money, which is probably going to happen, basically. Yeah, you guys mute your mics if you're not talking, you guys, because some people are getting mad in the chat and shit. Disappeared.
Yeah, I think someone has their YouTube on.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's feedbacking through there.
Yeah. So, yeah, so I'll make a little post of this on Twitter and stuff and everything like that, but it's basically no one's going to buy a tier 5 here at all because like tier 5 is minimum. Tier 5 is basically you have an arena where they're going to have basically the Pokemon fucking Johto League, fucking Masters League and they're going to sell tickets to it. So it's like that tier 5 land's going to sell for anywhere from $1 to like $5 million plus.
It's God tier right there.
No one's getting that. To trust, right? But tier 4s is a good chance. The tier 4s is pretty interesting because the tier 4 is 12 element sites, and for fuel sites it's 9. So it's only a 50% increase from the tier 3, but it comes with the fuel landmark. So obviously, if you look at the differences, there's just because if you look at the lower levels from tier 2 to tier 3, so there's tier 1 has 1. Tier 2 has 3, 6, and 9 as you go up. So just if you add up all the numbers 3, 6, 9, 12, 1, 3, 6, 9, there's less fuel than there is elements, basically. So fuel is going to be a lot more expensive than elements, basically. But it's all randomized because here's the thing. So of all the lands, you don't know which your land. So because there's carbon, silicon, hydrogen for elements, and then there's krypton, Hyperion, Solion. It's all randomized. So it's very possible that there's only like of the 20,000 lands, there's only like 5% of them could have Solion just because it randomly goes out like that. So Solion, so you might be lucky and you have like some of the rare elements and stuff. So there's different ways for you to be able to make some cash on this. And 2, you're gonna make some money selling some of these elements and fuel to people, but we're really gonna make money is just selling the land back to other people. So flipping land, basically. So it's just like real estate. You make most of your money on when you purchase it. So if you can buy cheap or just snipe it for cheap, you're gonna make more money, basically. If you pay super stupid prices for it, you're gonna get wrecked, basically. So yeah, go ahead.
Do you know how it's going to be sold? So, for example, let's say I'm not sure if I want a tier 1, 2, or 3. Are they going to be sold on a website all at the same time?
It's going to be a website. I will announce when this. I'll show you guys the website and everything once we get closer. They haven't announced any of that stuff just yet, but it's coming up. It's coming up in the first week of the new year. I mean the new year basically. So the first week of January, the sale will happen. So I'll show you guys official links and throw it in the chats and stuff. And then whoever wants to buy, they want to buy basically. You need a land to actually play the mobile game. So what's going to happen is that they're going to sell the land. Once the land's sold, they're going to launch the mobile game that you attach to the land, and then you'll be able to play on your phone like the resource acquisition game for your land on mobile, which is pretty good. So I think that these are all pumpable events for the Illuvium price because it just drives more people to buy Illuvium and stuff, which is pretty cool. So remember, keep it stupid. The easiest way to make money, like think about the laziest way to invest into anything. It's a coin. That's why coins, like it's just imagine the big money's gonna be like, I don't want to play a game. I'll just buy a bunch of the coin. Hopefully it just goes up, and so does everyone else. So the coin pops.
Right, but do you know if it's gonna be like, for example, I go to a web page, and on the same web page, I can be like, okay, right now the price of the tier 1 is this price. The price of tier 2 is this price. The price of, and then at that point, I can decide, you know what, I want to go for this tier 3.
I wish I could tell you. I don't know how they're going to do the auction. I don't know if they're going to have 5 different auction houses and they're all going concurrently like that. But I don't know until it happens. Basically, they're just not they're not releasing that information because they just don't want people to try to figure out some game theory strategies for it. I guess, you know. So basically, if you want to buy some SLV, what you can basically, if you want to get into the auction, it's 500. I just threw it up right now. I'll throw the link in the chat too if any of you guys want to see the price. So here, let me copy this. Boom, paste. There you go. There's the link right here, and I'll put this in the private chat for you guys as well. Okay, that's the price of SLV on Uniswap, and I'll post it right now in the chat. Let's see. Okay, so right now, yeah, look, it's gone up right now. Fucking A. So since I've been talking about it, it's up $45. So nice.
What do you know?
What do you know? Magically, there we go. Fucking myself out of coins. But yes, so basically, if you compare, like, right now it's $593 for an SLV, and right now the Illuvium price is, let me do some mathematication, it's $1,400. So right now it's about 33% of an Illuvium price. So basically, if you buy it at this price, actually, wait, no, I think my math's a little off on that. Actually, I'm sorry. Let me see. 1,400 divided by, let's call it $600. Yeah, yeah. So it's like, yeah, it might be like low 30s or like 29. High 30s basically, or something like a third. It's basically a third, or like almost, or like a little bit less than that. So basically, you're paying $600 right here for basically when the launch. If the price of Illuvium is still $1,400, this $600 will buy you $1,400 of value in the land sales. But if the Illuvium price goes, so let's just say you bought it at 600 and the Illuvium price crashed to $500. I don't think it will, but just as an example, your $600 will only buy you $500 because it's tied to the product. Yeah, hey, you see, hey, there's the game theory. So, I do think as time goes on, right now it's still not 50-50 because like if it was 50-50, the price of this would be $700. So this is like 40-something%. So you're buying this 60% off the real price right now. As time goes on, it will get close to parity, somewhere between 80 to 100% parity to SLV, and then you can either buy at real SLV, real Illuvium, or you just trade it for Ethereum. And then if the price keeps going down, you don't lose dollars. You've essentially just retained your purchasing power, or just trade it into USDC and then trade it back into Ethereum once the auctions start, and then you'll just be winning basically. So yeah, I hope that helps. Basically, it's a little bit of a complex issue. I might do a stream about it later on and stuff, just because I think this is a play for some of you guys to make some money, and then buy the crypto mindset course as a thank you and stuff, and join up and stuff. But I'll keep looking out for these kind of like ways for you guys to make some cash and stuff. Usually land sales, since metaverse is so hot right now, land sales are typically profitable. Just don't, for the love of God, please don't overinvest yourself. Just like buy what you can afford. Don't go fucking like Miguel. My whole portfolio is land now. Bro. Like that's kind of stupid. But like I do have one. Shout out Elijah. That fucker's so rich he ain't even fucking in the chats no more. Living his life. owns the whole fucking owns the whole fucking parking lots and everything. But like the mobile homes and shit. So you guys, it was really cool talking to you guys, man. It's been 3 hours, man. I'm gonna sign out here, man. So
sounds good,
man. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, retweet this shit. Super chats are now available, so super chat me up and stuff. I'll always get priority to super chats, and then yeah, man.